Live.
Okay, we're live. I would tweet down live. I rebooted my computer. Hello, everyone. Make
Hello.
sure we don't have any
Hi.
glitches, any buffering. I rebooted.
Hi, Sharon. Okay, I'm gonna get some receipt.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Thanks for coming over here. Sharon, I was lurking at your YouTube the other day. You were working on that little accordion book. It was looking really cute, by the way. I've been enjoy watching you work on your projects. I really do. So a lot of times it's late, so then I lurk. But I'm awake. I'm just not like social awake. Hi, Joy.
Okay, I will turn off my sound there. There might be a quick blib of
Okay. Hi, Helen.
Okay. Morning, everybody. Hi, Joy, Sharon, Helen.
So yeah, see, I have the book that Dee Dee showed. I bought this when it came out. So after I worked on my other collage thing, I guess I'm gonna cut some. I'm not gonna cut these out. I'm gonna cut some of the bigger ones out of here, and then I'll put one of these together today. Since Dee Dee
that'll be fun.
Yeah, I bought this when it came out like 2 years ago, and of course, forgot about it. And Faithfulness sent a stack of these books to Dee Dee to give out as Happy Mail, or like not Happy Mail giveaways. And and I'm like, oh my God, I have that book, and I'm like, oh, I never used it. So so I'm gonna put one of these together today. I was gonna do another collage page. And I got a new book called The Art of Brusho, and this was recommended by Eileen, the enabler elf here in chat. She always knows what the cool books are. On occasion, I enable her with some books. Sometimes I beat her to it, and then she buys the books because she likes it. So we have this competition, who has the most books. And let's see, and we also do like like I'll get one, she get a book, and I'll copy her, and I get a book, and she copies me. But we're all in this together, right? And I love that when other people find things like this and share it with us, and we can all do this together and enjoy the seeing everything.
Well, what's nice, Colleen, is when people do the flip through of the book, and then you can actually see if that's the kind of book that you like. I mean, that's the main purpose when I get a book and show it. I want to show it to people so they can decide if they want it or not. There's nothing worse than spending a lot of money on a book and then there's nothing in it that you want to do.
Exactly. And sometimes, they'll have the pages on, on Amazon, which is really nice, but they also at times have only a few pages, and I have been, disappointed once or twice, you know what I mean? Because, it was not what I thought it was going to be, but this book is absolutely fabulous. So I do actually have brushos. So I hadn't planned on doing that today, but I do have brushos. So I need to figure out which project to work on. Truthfully, this book is it is a little bit challenging. Some of the stuff is a little less challenging. Some of it's more challenging. Depending on which project you pick out of the book. So anyway, I really like it. So if you don't have brushos, you probably could use another water-based product. You could probably use infusions or whatever. So, but I do want to share this today. I bought brusho like years ago, literally years ago. I can't even tell you when I bought these things. And so I was like, well, this would be fun. Yeah, it is. There's some complicated stuff in here, and there's some easy stuff in here. So it is a mix. of difficult and not difficult ones, you know. So there's definitely good, and I don't mean difficult, you shouldn't buy it. I just mean don't expect to do one of these in 20 minutes. So
Yeah.
like some of these you got to put the stuff down and you got to let it dry before you can even work on the art. So read, if you find a project in this book you like, which I'm going to go through, make sure, like, you may need to work on it, let it dry, and then go back to it. Some of these things are not like instantaneous. You literally got to, like, you know, prepare, I should say, plan. So yeah, so waiting for everybody to come in. What I've been doing this week. Oh yeah, and Janet, yes, thank you, Eileen. Janet did a technique out of this book, some experimentation. If you click on the three dots by Janet Young, she has a YouTube channel. She did work on this Monday. She does not have the Art of Brusho book, but Eileen guided her through the book. And she did some, I'm not sure specifically which one, but she worked through this. If you want to watch it, Eileen guided her through the techniques in the book. So she did a really good job, and everyone really liked it and loved all the experimentation that she was doing. I missed a little bit in the beginning. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Tori. Hi, Kat. Hi, Marta, if I'm saying that right. And let's see.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Carolyn, Joycey. Welcome, everybody. Alora and Dot. Thank you for all the new people that came over from Dee Dee's. I really, if any came over from there, I really appreciate it. And all my regulars that come here, I really appreciate you too. Oh, great. Carolyn is new. Thank you for being here, Carolyn. I've been doing this a long time. I used to use Stream with Dee Dee and then switch to YouTube. So if I wasn't smart enough to move my videos over to YouTube. So you don't know I've been streaming forever, but I have. But just like, but this year, sorry, last February, I started streaming regularly, and I've been sticking to it. So over a year, I've been streaming regularly. So I'm really proud of myself.
I can't believe it's already been a year that your stream ended.
Yeah, I think it's been over. Well, let's see. I guess it was November, December. I decided I was going to start streaming regularly, and then I kind of counted from calendar year from January. But you know, I'm glad to stick to it because you know you plan out your projects, and it's a big commitment. So to stick to it, and I'm really glad I am. And then Kathy and Lina, all these others inspire me. I stream together with Kathy and sometimes Lina when she has the time, and so we can. You can see multiple people working. I use StreamYard on YouTube. It's a little different than Dee Dee, but I enjoy having company, someone to talk to, someone to share their hauls and ideas, and we go back and forth, inspire each other. So it's a little different than Dee Dee's with her alone, but I just want to let you know it's the same thing. It's just I use StreamYard, and I can have up to 6 people in here. And hi, Dee Dee. Hi, Nana. I really enjoy this. Jersey, the Jersey crafter that's here in chat, her name is Laura. If you click on her name and the chat, the 3 dots by her name, she has a channel. She did some beading the other day. She streams on Sundays usually at 10 a.m. Eastern with her name is Hottie Popo. I have no idea how she picked that name. I don't know anything behind it, but she sees a button. And she streams on Sundays at 10 a.m. if you want to follow Jersey. That's on Hottie Popo's channel, so you'll have to search for that. But there's only, I'm sure she's the only one that needs.
Yeah, and here's an enabler warning. Laura, the Jersey crafter, she can be quite the enabler.
Mm-hmm.
Just a warning.
She's very good about supporting channels, and everyone that shows up, she always tells everybody about everyone's channels and who's streaming and to follow them. she is the most, I'd say, of every, like, so, like, supportive. Like, whoever comes into her chat, if she follows them, like, she'll say, go follow Brooke, and, and anyone comes in her chat, she will, because not everybody, I forget sometimes that just because I'm in chat with people, they may not realize that you have a channel. So I like that she does that, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah, Laura's great about promoting everybody.
Hi, Elizabeth, and so is Dee Dee. She does. She's super sweet. Brought everybody over here, and I appreciate that. And I was still waking up when she got on. So again, like, I actually woke up early today. So that was, I must have, like, somehow known. Just saying, I woke up early today, and basically, Kathy said, "Hey, Dee Dee's streaming." I'm like, "Oh, good. I actually woke up early so I can catch it." So she was showing Jonah's kits, and I have 3 of her kits, and she has some more new botanical kits. If you haven't got any of her kits, they're fabulous. She has a YouTube video. You can see her kits, a brief of what's in her kits. She's on Etsy. Her name is the Preppy Crafter. I think the Preppy Girl Crafter. I showed mine last week. If you want to watch the recording, I showed mine from hers. And let's see. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Devin. Basically, I have several things I'm waiting to receive, so I don't have those to show you. I have a couple orders that haven't arrived. So when they do, I will show them. So the newest thing that I actually have bought to show you today is actually just the brusho book. I have been finishing up projects this week. I have been going and organizing my stamps and stuff for a mess, and I went through all that. And this room, my main room I work in, was a mess. And then my room I use for mostly storage had piles. So I actually didn't stream Tuesday with Kathy or Thursday. I was literally just trying to get kind of organized by projects and stuff. So I really enjoyed the break of getting organized. So that's the hardest thing when you have so much. There's Honey Popo. Yay. Okay. Follow her channel. She's one, you see her in chat, 3 dots by her name. You can follow her. She streams on Sunday mornings, 10 a.m. Eastern. And she streams with Laura. And Laura also has her own channel, streams too. I love this too. How Laura is the most enthusiastic person you'll ever meet. Seriously, just like Dee Dee, just enthusiastic and funny. And oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, can't have a bad day and be around these people. They bring you up. They lift you up. They're just so fun to be around. Let's see. Kathy is here in chat. She is hanging out in art on YouTube. And you'll get other channels that pop up when you search. It just keeps scrolling down till you see her. And Lina does not have anything on her channel now, but she may in the future start streaming again. Miss Lennox down here. She is so uber talented.
Oh, you're too kind. Well, today I'm going to work with something that I learned from Kathy Arbor, who's here in chat. She learned us how to transfer a picture to a paper by using a geometric sketch grid line. So I think I'm going to write that down on a piece of paper so people can go and look up what it is. It's called, the right word, is that a geometric grid, I think?
I can't type. I'm seeing everybody's name. I'm just going to call you. I just don't want to interrupt when she's talking. Kimberly. Oh, my God. I'm not a morning person, as y'all will see. I'm a night person who streams in the morning. So, I was up till 2 in the morning last night.
But basically what it is that I'm going to do today, this is from who I learned it, Kathy Arbor, from her channel, to make a geometric grid. And today I'm kind of challenged because in this frame right here, I promised my son that I would draw this guy.
Oh, Rambo, cool.
Yes. And I am so lucky because lucky follows the fool, right? That this is almost the exact size of the frame. So I don't even have to fuss with having to enlarge my reference photo. But I did go and print out the biggest picture I could find online. So what you do is that you draw some geometric sketch lines.
Kimberly, where I got one. Sorry.
It's basically you don't need to divide your paper into how long it is and tall and the size of the squares. You just go from corner to corner, and then suddenly it just puzzle itself out. So you get this pattern. And my plan is, you can't see, but I did go in with pencil lines that's very soft drawn on the paper. My plan is now to, by a miracle, try and transfer by looking in these this shape here where to put Mr. Stallone. And you know what? I'm already thinking, oh my god, because you have to examine your sketch before you start a project like this, right? I can already see now that he's holding a bow or an arrow or something. And that thing right there is the shaft or the handle of his weapon and not his thumb. So somehow already now I know that when I'm going to make this drawing, I need to not follow the original because to start with, I can't really do nice hands. So I'm gonna stuff that thumb part up there. So I'm just gonna highlight it for myself so I know that right there I got an issue. I also got an issue personally with this giant vein he's got right here. It looks kind of weird. It just looks so over exaggerated on the original. So imagine me transferring that over to a paper. It's gonna look even more aggressive. So I'm gonna just slightly highlight that so I know that that's an issue. And look at his thumb. There's something really, I don't know if it's a signature masculine thumb or what. Look at that bump right there. What the heck is that? Can you picture if I sketch this in, it's gonna look like really weird. So I have to minimize it. And I think I'm going to minimize it by not giving it so much highlight, but still follow the bump size. But it really looks like it's an injury or something. So I'm gonna highlight that too.
You take. Oh, is there echoing?
You're echoing. You may want to leave and come back in, Kathy.
Okay.
How's that?
Okay. Yes, that's better. You say I got my headphones on, so to try.
Okay, I didn't do anything and it stopped. So.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
Okay,
Thanks.
so what I was saying, Lina. So basically, what you're saying is it's a good idea to take a really good look at all the details in the picture that you're going to draw.
Oh yeah, and you know what? That's new for me because
I never do. I was going to say I never do that. I just jump in and start. But that, I mean, that makes sense.
But I'm telling you, it's super new for me also because when I sketch, I see shapes. I don't. My brain is not attached in the sketching phase, so I don't detect errors. And recently, I made this, and there was something not coherent about what I sketched from to what I got on the paper because the painter Terry Harrison, he had this pole going right through here and ending here. And very late in the process, when I had to put in the colors and I did all the ink lines, I realized, oh my God, I cannot make my pole go in that direction. I want it in the center of the ship. So that taught me the lesson to, really examine your sketch or your reference photo, point out to yourself where you're going to be in trouble because you know where you're good and where you're not so good. And in my fields, it's going to be these aggressive veins. That shaft handle there, I'm probably going to make that look like a thumb or something. and then his original thumb is really out of this world, I want to say. It's just a very masculine hand. So I'm thinking, oh, I can really make this look so stupid if I draw all he's got this huge hand compared to the rest of his body. I bet he can grab a face with just one hand. Like, that's how big his hands are. So when things are sort of out of proportion to start with, I think I want to pay notice to it, because if I sketch it just slightly wrong, it can look really off. So, and then if you can see, it's like monochromatic, black and white. So my plan is to cover up the background with acrylic, and then do the splattering, and then continue on the project itself. But normally I would do it reverse. I would first draw him and then add the backgrounds afterwards. But today I'm gonna do it reverse, because it's like he's illuminated by the background. Can you see how it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know, it's like there's something illuminate him. And I am not that professional a splatter that I can do this work. Like, so I have to stipple it in. So that's my my plan for today.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, good. I'm going to put Kathy on so she can show her haul. No, wait. I can get on solo here, go. All right, show your haul. Everyone wants to see your haul.
Okay, so it's not a huge haul, but I went to Dick Blick the other day and walked around for about an hour just looking at all their fun stuff. They have a store in State Street in Chicago.
Carolyn says, Lina, good luck.
I just read that.
Wish me luck.
Because of all the guys in the world, he's got a really funky face. I mean, he's, bless the man, he's 73 years old, and oh my god, he's got a body that's really in shape. But on his face, you can really see that he's got a very characteristic look. And if I don't get that, then it's not Rambo, you know? Then it's just a random guy.
And we know that Lina has checked out every inch of his body, too. Just to make sure she gets it right.
You
It's called a study, Kathy. It's a study.
Okay, first I wanted to show Dee Dee that people are listening and following along. Dee Dee on her stream was working in her Society of Idea Collectors book, and I actually did a little bit of homework. So we're paying attention, Dee Dee, and I have to write in a few more things. I think I may go back to your stream and get some ideas from what everybody told you. So I just wanted to show you that. And then at Dick Blick, I did a lot of walking around, tons of art supplies, things like that. I was just focusing on getting stuff that I couldn't buy, you know, around me. And what they did have, they had a lot of like a wall of homemade papers. So I picked out a few of those. And then on my way out, they actually have a package. It's a 1 pound package of homemade scraps. So I got those. So I'll just kind of do a quick flip. I'll show you the big sheets that I got. And I think some of them, some other people, Patty or Xandra may have a couple of these, but I just went and picked a few that I really liked. So
Those are some neat papers laying down there.
but then, I mean, I could have
Small ones.
bought, oh my gosh, I could have bought like the whole wall of paper. The one was just prettier than the other.
Is it a tissue paper or what's
It's kind of summer like a mulberry.
Okay.
I don't know. It's kind of, it looks like mulberry, but it's more smooth.
Mm-hmm.
To me, they look kind of tie-dyed.
Okay, I was just curious.
Yeah, they're all different kinds. So we have this one.
I like that one.
Pretty.
It looks
Yeah,
tie-dye. That's pretty.
All right, let me put that over here. And then I thought this was cool. Now this is more
Ooh.
kind of like a mesh and fibery.
Oh, that's neat.
Is that
Imagine that on
pretty?
a jelly plate.
Pardon me?
That could be cool to jelly print with.
Texture. It could add texture
Oh,
to jelly
yeah.
plate. You could save a piece just to have for texture.
Yeah,
you
maybe
know?
I'll cut off like an 8x10 piece.
I would.
Oh,
That's
that's
a
a great
great
idea,
idea.
Lina. Thanks. Yeah, but I just thought that was really pretty.
It's beautiful.
Okay.
I've never
and then
seen
I
anything
got-
like that.
This reminded me kind of like batik and with indigo and stuff or tie-dye. As you can tell, blue's my favorite color.
Yeah.
So I have this one, and then this one, again, it's kind of textury. It's just really pretty. And you could, either side, one side looks just as good as the other, but see how you can see the little texture in there? Just a little bit crinkly. So these are going to be great. I'm going to be doing some collaging today. So these are going to be great for collage. Then here's another one in the blues. Yeah, just really cool, soft looking. And then this is the one that looked familiar to me. I just thought this was fun and bright. It would coordinate good with all the blue paper. But yeah, I just thought that was kind of fun.
That is right. I love the polka dots.
I do
Love
too.
it.
And I might use this like for an inspiration piece to either jelly plate something similar or do something with my round stencils and paint. Just something. I love this. I just thought it would be.
Joycey said it might be cool if you do quilting with it, like paper quilting.
Yeah, paper quilting would be fun. See, what I was thinking is do a jelly print, and then I've got a circle stencil actually that I made that has all the circles, all different sizes, gel print with that, and then maybe do some doodling around it. I don't know. But I just love it. It's just like bright and happy. I think because we've had such a dark winter. That's why I was attracted to this. So but yeah, so those are the
You love bright colors, though. That's your thing.
What was that?
I said you love bright colors. You're just attracted to bright colors.
I know. I love bright colors. I
You
love
do.
paper. I love texture. I've been collaging a lot lately, so that was fun. So that was my big thing I got at Dick Blick. I did get some palette knives, which everybody's seen palette knives. Nothing exciting there. But here, I thought this was really fun. This is a pound of homemade paper. It was like $19.99, and it's just pieces cut from their homemade papers that they have.
Oh, that's so fun. Some of them even got like a soft texture, soft.
I know they're textured, they're silvery. I don't want to go through each one individually. It'll take me forever, but I mean, they're just gorgeous. This is cute. It's got little birds on it. This one has little trees.
Look at the fine embossing on them. It's really nice.
I know. Look at that.
Yeah. Wow.
Isn't that cute?
It is.
Isn't that cute? So yeah, we just, this one here, this one has it. One with silver, one with gold. Stars. Here, like I said, I'm not going to show each one individually, but I will kind of flip through and let you see. See, this one's fun. That's like a pretty light turquoise with the gold. See, here's some cute little birds for spring. I'm already getting ideas in my head what to do with some of these. Even this is cool. I could see like a picture of a lady or something over the top. I mean, just fun. Look at this.
Those like cardstock. They almost sound like cardstock.
Some are thick. They're different. Some are thick. Some are thin. Like this one's thick like cardstock. This one's medium. And then some are really thin. So it's
okay.
Look at that.
I love that one.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Oh, that one's my favorite.
Yeah, so far that's my fave too. And for some reason, I like this blue color.
I like the blue.
Okay. Oh, and this one, I mean, I'll end up pulling all of them out. But see,
Oh, yeah, that one was like marble, but with the gold running through it. That's
right. It's got gold and
yeah.
black. Oh, this is actually the gold turns black. Huh. All right. So here's some more. This just has a little bit of sparkle.
Is anyone drooling now? Aren't these papers pretty?
Look at that. I'm so glad I saw this. This was not up with the rest of the papers. It was downstairs. I thought this was cool.
Oh, thanks for being here, Jersey. I'd rather you not talk while you're driving.
Yeah, unless you can talk like hands-free.
Yeah. Exactly.
Just listen, don't watch. That's kind of cool. Just fun. Here's some a little bit bigger sheets.
Yeah, all different
Look at that.
styles. So depending on what you're working on, you know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so many cool different styles. Oh, I love the paisley. Or the paisley one.
Yeah,
That
Paisley's cool.
That's
That would be
pretty.
good in your jean journal. So what I'm going to do today, I'm probably going to like work in my glue books. I'm going to pull out Norma's jelly print book that she sent me and put some papers in it. Trying to get where it's not too shiny, but that's cool. And see, they're all different. Look at that. That's kind of fun. This is amazing. Look at these.
Ooh. Oh, look at the flower ones. Those would be fun to cut out. Oh, and there's some like those.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what I put on that turquoise paper laying there.
Yeah.
Oh, I like those. Those could be collage. Those could be an art journal page. I love those.
And you know what I'm thinking too? I ordered that material bundle from Dust Fairy. These should be great with some of the material I got. And Laura told me that she also sends papers and stuff too. See, that's cool too. They're just all shiny. Now, Dee Dee, my Blick here in Detroit area I haven't seen the pound of papers before. Does yours in Atlanta have the pound of papers? I don't know if Dee Dee's still here. Oh, they were in a package, Devin. No,
those were in a package. I didn't realize that. Thanks, Devin.
Yeah, it was called a pound of what was it called? I don't know. A pound of paper, and it was just these were all in the package. Oh, your Blick has. Oh, Eileen's Blick has though. Dee Dee's Michael's used to. Now look at that. See, that's fun. Here.
There's a really big variety in there.
Isn't that amazing?
Take the Christmas ones and throw them in your Christmas boxes or whatever.
Yeah, I'll sort through them. But now this one's thinner.
Okay.
Here's some wood. That one's thicker. I mean, this is just fun. Here's the. I've got two more stacks I'll flip through real quick. But yeah, more of this one.
Oh, you can make ATCs with those coins.
Look at this.
Ooh, elephants.
I know. Who doesn't love elephants? I love that.
Or boho style.
I know. So stars. I thought that one's kind of cool.
She got these at Blicks, Jersey. She went to Chicago for an appointment, and she stopped in Blicks and downtown and got these paper packs. Aren't they fabulous?
Yeah.
We don't have a Blick.
Two-story Blick. They had, oh my God, they had everything there. The one thing they did not have Posca pens.
Oh no!
I know. I was very disappointed.
Oh, I guess that is surprising.
See, pretty. Some of these are duplicates, but I love them. There's not one that's not pretty. Cool. Look at green and gold.
That looks like the stuff Janet does with the weaving. Yeah.
More paisleys.
Kenny said he's envious.
So yeah, so this will be fun. So I'm going to play with these today and do some collaging and hopefully some doodling. But so yeah, that's what I got at Blicks. I could have bought, oh my gosh, they had all kinds of nice stuff there. I mean, they had all the acrylics, they had watercolor. I mean,
Eileen.
it was just fun.
She said that's because you have all the Posca pens already.
I'm working on it, Eileen. I went to Joann's yesterday and picked up a few more that I didn't have. Just so you know, Joann's until February 22nd has 30% off your entire purchase. So if there's anything you need, go over there. You can get 30% off.
That's a good deal.
Yeah. So that's it. I mean, and this is even kind of pretty. It's all sparkly. It's got all the glitter from the other papers on. So all
right.
So that was fun. I love going to Chicago. All righty.
I'm going to just go over to Lina real quick before I show the book so everybody can see your progress here.
Okay, I'm in the sketching phase, so everything is very loose lines. So I'm trying to now I want to make that swirl right there from his bow. And I'm watching here. I can see that it has to somehow come around here and then over. So I got I'm using charcoal because it erases easily. And it's a Derwent. There we go. Derwent tinted charcoal set. And I've chosen an Ocean Deep, and I swatched out on a piece of paper. So I got like a very dark, a medium, and a light color. And I considered the Ocean Deep to be the light of black. And then I got something called Natural, which is like a natural tinted charcoal. And then my black is just called Dark, I think. Yes, Dark. So my plan is to get to know the guy. You know, I jump back and forth. Of course, I'm super scared about the face. I mean, if you don't strike anything like likeness or resembling, it's gonna fail, right? And it's the first time ever that my son has requested for something for his room, so I really want to do well. Yeah, it's just I got really surprised. He went in, saw the movie, and then he said, because he's got Sin City as a poster on his wall, and it's also monochromatic, black and white. So he said, "Oh, Mom, I would really love to have another monochromatic thing in my room." So when he asked about this, I was like, "Okay, I think I can do it." So, but I didn't promise him totally.
Okay, so I'm going to show you. This is a card sent to me by Teresa. She's a very kind and so sweet, and she sends a letter with it, and she sends us cards. And I have actually sent out some of her cards with some happy mail, and then some of her cards I keep. You know, so I have done both. I have kept some, and I have resent some out because she makes beautiful, detailed cards that I just don't have the patience to do, and God bless her for being able to do this and sharing this with everyone. So she sends these to streamers. So I keep her cards in here in my little box that I got from Joggles, this little wooden box, and I keep it in here. This is, again, I found on Joggles, and of course with, him. And this is where I keep like the postcard. This is the ones we did with Cass on her stream. So I have those in here, the ones I did with Kathy, and then I have the ones I did with Dina Wakely. So not with Dina Wakely, it was a class. I should reiterate, I did not meet Dina Wakely, but this was a class. So I have those, and these are watercolor paper. And then I did, I think, an Oriental one, and I did that. And then I have some few other ones that I started with with Beth, and I have those in here. So anyway, so I also keep, oh, sorry, I'm off camera. I also keep her cards in here because I do find it, I do think they're special. So they hang out with Bob Ross. So over here, off to the side, Bob, you gotta love Bob. Okay, so the brusho book, the Art of Brusho paint book was again mentioned by Eileen, and she finds all the cool stuff. And then I waited. I got this a couple days ago, but I wasn't streaming. So anyway, I thought about it for a little bit, and then I was like, okay, I probably should get it. It's really cool. I mean, I only got like 8,000 other books. Why am I even hesitating, right?
I love that.
You know, when you think about the logic in that one, I don't have as many books as Dee Dee. And Tom was like, you know what, you've got, that looks really familiar when you saw the picture of Dee Dee with her books sitting on the floor on Twitter. I showed him that, and he goes, wow, that looks familiar. But he goes, I have to admit, she has more books than you. And I said, I know, see? I said, she does. So not so bad. Not so bad after all. I only have them in 2 rooms. Oh, so it goes through the beginning, goes through the basics of brushos and painting with them. It also goes through some other art elements. If you're not familiar with like the rules of thirds, things like that. It talks about rhythm and movement and unity and variety and balance and depth. And I mean, it's like goes, I mean, it's just all good. This is for the information in this part is good for any kind of art you do. This applies to anything. Okay. So that's true, Dee Dee. More years of collecting. That is true. That is very true. Because that does matter. Yeah, I've been doing mixed media a long time, so I have lots and lots of stuff. I was actually talking about that with my daughter, and I think I started doing that when my kids were in the latter part of elementary school. And yeah, I'd say like 3rd and 5th grade or something like that. Or, oh, wait a minute, they're 4 years apart. Sorry, I'm tired. Anyway, they were in elementary school when I started. I was doing scrapbooking. That's how I got my name to Scrap Chick. And then by the time then in probably middle school, start going into the mixed media. But my kids are now 28, and my youngest will be 24 in a few days. So, yeah, you accumulate a lot. And I actually have down, really, I'd say honestly, like I have all the scrapbooking stuff I used to have. So since I do mixed media, if I would start scrapbooking later, if I have grandkids, I would say I will be doing more mixed media style, because it has changed a lot, you know, than what it used to be. Things are simpler too. You don't have to get to buy the books with the little screws and all that stuff. Anyway, so this book goes through tonal values. It's pretty, you know, converting images to black and white, so on and so forth. So it's really useful. Almost every book you get has the color theory and has all this, and almost everyone. It talks about what colors go together, color harmony, and how to not make mud, basically. So that's in here. And then these are a few other pictures, things that she has created. And this one she calls Dragonfly Dance.
Oh, I love it. Look at the turtle. Oh, the shield on the turtle is so vibrant. That's what magical can do, you know. So strong pigment, very vibrant colors.
Yeah, what does she say? People often think the tortoises mean brownish gray color, but they are such funny little characters. Why not liven them up with some hot colors? Again, like she basically, I'm sorry, I'm a book tilted. She basically was saying, don't worry about keeping it, you know, exact. You know, she made the tortoise fun and colorful. And
Okay, here's just a cute little story about turtles. I was watching a video yesterday. It showed a dog going through his dog door, and right behind him was a little turtle that climbed up through the dog door and popped into the house. It was the cutest thing.
Didn't he get stuck?
Because they're like, make sure you watch the whole thing. Because you think, okay, the dog's going through the dog door, big deal. And then here comes his little turtle friend behind him, crawls in, pushes himself through, drops down. It was so cute. It just made me laugh.
That is adorable.
It was funny.
Oh,
Okay,
gosh,
so
I gotta look for that.
anecdote.
I gotta look for that video.
Yeah, look. I bet you if you Google turtle going through dog door. I think it was on Twitter. It was funny.
There you go, turtle going through dog door, but watch it after we stream.
Yeah.
So it goes into brusho basics, which this actually can be applied to watercolors, wet on wet, applying to dry paper, and now this, and softening and blending, and these can actually be techniques that are applied to watercolor as well. So this one I like this banana basics. I personally like bananas when they start getting yucky. Just saying, too much information, but I do not like them when they're like ripe. Ugh, they're disgusting. Tom eats it's perfect. Tom eats the green, yucky, ripe ones. I'm like, ah, they're so gross when they're green and ripe. And once they get all icky, oh, they're good. Then, like, once they start getting dark, and he goes, "You like rotten fruit?" I said, "Apparently so." So I said, once they start getting dark, that's when I like them. So see, he eats them in the beginning, and then when he's sick of them, I eat the ones that's left. So, so bananas don't last our house. So we eat them in our different phases. So yeah.
That's funny.
See you later, Devin.
Bye, Devin. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping by.
Anyone I missed? I did go to the eye doctor. I'm getting new glasses again 7 months later. My eyes have changed a ton. And so hopefully I will be able to see chat better and not miss any chat. So it'll probably be a couple weeks before they come in, but my left eye has changed a ton. Like, everything's blurry. So yeah, so I have new glasses coming. So if I miss chat, I am blaming it on my glasses, because if my eyes have changed a ton in 7 months. So both eyes. So anyway, so because I've been struggling to keep up with everything, and I realized that it just something's not right. So yeah. So anyway, taken care of, done. New glasses come, and of course you always hope that you're going to look cool in them. Haha.
Well, you know what? We think we do anyway, so that's all that matters.
You go through and you're like, can't they make glasses cooler? Just saying. So anyway, so here are more techniques in the book for how to use brushos. This probably could be also used with magicals and with infusions. But this book is really, this book is really thorough. Good excuses, aren't they? And yeah, they are. You can't see out my left eye. Just saying. Blur city.
Think about it. When you're trying out designs, you're not wearing your glasses, so it's blurry to begin with. When you're
yeah, you're private. Good. And then when they come back with your lenses, you're going, oh my God, why did I pick these glasses? Now I can see.
Oh, that's funny.
That's funny. Oh my God. So Tom, he's so sweet. Talking about glasses. So he got me, he made me, I slept late that day. So I was up like 3 a.m. So he's an early bird. I'm 9 now. So it was a weekend. So he got up, he made me a Valentines card, which I thought was so super sweet. And so like it starts off like this. So he went up in my cardstock and made me a Valentine's card. I don't know if he's ever done that or not. Anyway, so this is the smooth side of the cardstock, right? Well, he picked one that's textured. On the inside, it's all textured. And
Oh my God, he's so sweet.
And so he made me this card, but I'm like, I got up, I didn't have my glasses on yet, and even with my glasses, I had difficulty reading it. And then finally, I'm like, this is it. I'm like, can you just read it?
Oh no.
I'm just like, it's killing me. I said, I gotta go to the eye doctor next week. I am struggling so bad with small print and everything. So anyway, he got up and he made this while I was sleeping. Isn't this sweet?
That is so sweet, Colleen.
Yeah, and I had trouble reading it. And I felt really bad. I was killing the romance. Just saying, he made me his card. It was so romantic. It was so sweet, so cute. And then I'm like, I can't read it because I'm old.
And look, he took the time to find a red cardstock and cut out his own heart. Isn't it cute?
He came up and I was like, oh my God, he saw how bad it is up there. And that's what I was thinking when I was reading it, because I hadn't quite gotten to organize it. And I was like, oh my God, he saw how it looks up there.
Okay.
He's just very tight. You know, I keep everything gleaming. The rest of my house is very clean and minimal, but the art stuff just is not. And he's very neat. So I was like, oh, he saw my room. But luckily he didn't say anything. So
You know what he also
He wouldn't
saw?
say anything.
I know what he said. He said, dang, Colleen, that's where all my jeans went.
No wonder I couldn't find my jeans. Good one, Lina.
He's a good man.
Oh, that's funny.
It is. I've been married. We've been married 32 years, but we were together like a year and a half before that. So like does count. So this year will be 33 years. So yeah, it is very sweet. Anne said I'm always cool. Thank you, Anne. Oh, that's really nice, because I was trying them on, and this girl that was waiting on me, she was so cool. She was really cool. And she had her hair like shaved on like the sides, but it was like curly hair on top. And she was so fun and cool. Oh my gosh. And I was like, I'm having her help me pick my glasses out.
Oh, that's funny. That's right. You always get the coolest person in the shop to help you pick it out.
Yes, you don't want to go like you go over and that person looks like the person you don't want to look like. You go, I'm going to the cool person. Truthfully, the other were men. I don't want a man. I want those men picking I want a girl's opinion. I want a woman's opinion. And then these other ladies were in there, and they were like hairdressers. And then I was like debating, and they're like, oh no, get those. I'm like, these are the two I keep gravitating to. Like, those look so good. You need to get those. I was like, you're hairdressers. I'm getting it. I used to be a hairdresser, just saying. So like, yes. So I trust your opinion. Anyway, right? I mean, seriously, Tori, like, it's so hard. I feel so hard. Like, for you and Jean, I really feel for you. I really do. But he wrote this out for me, and I just thought it was just so sweet. He said, you're the best thing that ever happened to me in my life. Glad I needed help in the fishing aisle that day, and destiny arrives at strange times. Tom is very romantic guy. He's like always has been. He's a very romantic guy. And so it was destiny how we met when I was working. I met him when I was working in high school. So anyway.
Aw, that's a sweet story.
Isn't it? Yeah, we met. I was in high school. He's in college, and we met. And I was sent back to the fishing department and the store, the cashier. There was no customers, and can't just stand there. So they have me leave and go back and help clean up the fishing aisle. And I was like, I know nothing about fishing, but okay, it's better than standing here, I guess. So I went back and
oh my gosh, talk about destiny, Colleen.
It was. And they sent me back to help clean up, and I met him, and we started talking, and then they told me back up front, and I'm like, I don't want to go back up front. I just met my dream guy. So then I had to go back up front and finish my job. And anyway, gave my number, and he called me, and we've been with each other ever since. So it literally, the person at the desk that sent me back there was it was so cool how we met. And
that's an amazing story.
it was meant to be, truly meant to be. I would have never been back in a fishing aisle like looking for a guy. You know what I mean? Like I was like, I'll fish. I knew nothing, but okay. Oh, you've waited 2 years, Jersey. Oh, you should get some new glasses. I mean, the eye doctor showed me what I'm seeing now. That's like without the glasses I have now, and I was like, oh my god. And then he showed me what I'm going to see, and I was like, oh my god, I can't wait till my new glasses come in. I can't wait. I can't wait. Oh, Tanya said she's dying of laughter. I don't. I know hairdressers, just saying, you know, they're going to tell you if it's good or not good. These ladies are so sweet. It's an eyeglass store, and I was so glad that they were there. Like I said, things happen. Fishing guys are the best. Yeah, Sharon, I used to fish. Okay, I used to actually fish with Tom. Him and I used to go fishing when we were dating.
That's love.
I did, and I didn't like it. No, not one bit. I didn't like fishing. Yeah, but I went anyway. So
that is love.
That is love. You go fishing. And I pictures of took some pictures of us fishing, and yeah. So I have those. Oh yeah, I have my first. I have a picture of my first fishing injury. I got a hook in my finger.
Ooh, ouch.
Oh, it hurt. And I was crying. And I was like, Tom, I got a hook in my finger. And he's like, don't touch it, because you got to take it out like a certain way. So it doesn't just like pull it out. The hook has to be taken out a certain way. Yeah. So then he had to back it up and out of my thumb. And then he had Band-Aids in his car. And he fixed it, and he put something on it. He had a little first aid kit in his car and fixed my first fishing injury. And so we took a picture, and I'm going like this with the Band-Aid, my first fishing injury. Oh my God, it's seriously funny that happened. And I was just like bawling like a baby. I was bawling like a baby. I was like, I can't believe I did that. And yeah, I can. Y'all see me end up with blue fingers. So it kind of makes sense when you think about that. I mean, oh man, yeah, it hurts, Kitty, to get a fish, to get a hook in your finger. Oh man, I was young. Like you know, you're young. I was like 18. You know, I mean, like you haven't really experienced pain yet. So any amount of pain, you're like, you know. So
I can just imagine you panic when he says that it has to get out in a special way, because it's you know, you can't just pull it out and just get it out.
You're like, what?
Panicking.
I'm hooking up with a guy I was on hall duty with. You hooked up with a guy, ha. Oh. I get it now. Okay, just had to release that in a humorous manner.
That's freaking funny. That should be your next Valentine's card for Tom. Thanks for hooking me up. 34 years ago, or something like that.
For your anniversary.
That's a good idea. I'm so glad we hooked up.
We're so glad we hooked up.
Yes.
That's awesome. Oh my God. Seriously, it was just so I thought that was really romantic. And of course, he gave me some money for all my credit card debt, my new art supplies, which I was very grateful for.
Nice.
He took some extra money and gave it to me to pay all my new purchases for Valentine's too. So that was very sweet. Of course, so anyway, but the card just really made my day. So anyway, so I guess I should get back to my book. This is called The Rabbit Trail. I learned from Dee Dee, Rabbit Trails. But anyway, I was looking at the thinking of my eyes, which led me to the card, which led me to my distraction. But anyway, so I told the eye doctor my eyes killed that moment, the romance, right, where I couldn't read the card. So I knew I had to get in there. So let's see. This one is this part talks of chapter 3, I guess, is wax resist. Talks about wax resist on paper on a colored wash using masking fluid. And this is, I don't want to read this out loud, but this book has a lot of details and a lot of information. Like, you really need to sit down and read this. But everything is, it's a lot of things we've tried. But I do think you need to sit down and really read it. I do like some of the techniques of, like, they're showing different tools. Like here they used a twig, and here they're using a toothbrush, and here they're using a okay, I don't know what a ruling pen. What's a ruling pen? Masking tape. Did she live in the United States? What's a ruling pen? Brush, palette knife, cocktail stick. So, and then she shows it. I think that's really interesting. So she's basically here showing that you can use your masking fluid and use other things to put it down to get more interesting looks. So like these, for instance, if you use masking fluid on these and you did a real loose twig or whatever, you know what I mean? You don't have to just fill in like here they used it and they filled in like a flower or solid things you think about with masking fluid, like solid images. I like the idea that you're taking masking fluid and you're using a palette knife and or whatever, and you know what I mean, and you can actually make fun designs on your paper with your tools. And I definitely never thought of using masking fluid with a toothbrush.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Little flags. That's really cool.
Yeah, there's some neat ideas in here that this book I've not seen before. And you would think all the years that we've been doing this and all the YouTubes and some classes, but yeah, literally, I never thought about using masking fluid with a toothbrush. So I thought that was the coolest thing I saw on this page. So then she shows basically on this page what it looked like. Here she put it down, trying to give it, y'all can see. So here she put it down, and then this is after she put the inks in and what it looked like. So I'm gonna hold this up.
I'm laughing because I don't know, it's just funny in my head that in Janet's universe, the stuff about the rolling pens got translated into something with a ruler. I'll show a ruling pen next stream.
Oh, really? There really is a ruling pen?
Yeah, I think there is.
God, I've never heard of a ruling pen. Yes, I want to see a ruling pen because I seriously thought, okay, my eyeballs, my glasses aren't right, and I'm staring. I'm like, yep, it says. I put up my nose. I'm like, yep, that says ruling pen.
Because I heard it like a rolling pin, like you use for baking.
Yeah. Look at that, and I'm like, what is that? I don't know. But look how cool with the masking fluid. Look how cool that toothbrush one is. That's my favorite. Seriously,
I like that.
I'm trying to get my
can make some really hard speckles because the bristles are stiff, so they are getting shooted down to the paper much quicker than when you do it from a brush. There's more speed on the paint, if it makes sense.
Seriously, you said you never use masking fluid. Oh my goodness. Yes, it's. I don't use it a lot. I would say, hi Monique. I would say I don't use it a lot, but I think it comes in handy sometimes. Like here she does small brush. Here, I'll go over here first. Small brush, palette knife, cocktail stick, and then she shows what it looks like after she put them down. But look at the cocktail stick. I like how she did that shape. I think a palette knife is an interesting idea because you can use your palette knife with your masking fluid and make a lot of streaks and stuff on your, I know palette knives are. You can do anything you want. So just scrapes and heavy and light and different shapes. But I thought that was neat. And then over here she talks about the wax resist. I think this is more of using a wax crayon or the clear wax from a candle type of thing. You'll get a different result using the masking fluid for sure. Make sure I didn't miss out anything other. It was really Detailed, because I was glad to do, like I said, reading the small print is quite difficult. And here is Project Blue Shutters. And in this book, she actually has the little tiny sketches. They're really tiny. I will say that. I wish things were larger, but I understand. So, but there's the drawing, and then she goes step by step showing how she created this. And look how beautiful this turns out. It's just beautiful. And her studio tips is she used a kitchen knife dipped in hot water to shape the wax to the point where you want to apply a very fine line. So she melted the wax on a kitchen knife, and so then she used that to scrape it to get a fine line for resist. And she lightly rubbed the stonework with sandpaper for added texture. So after she did the brusho, she used sandpaper on top to give this distressed look. So this book is really cool. This one is technique 11. This one is using salt crystals. And what I thought was interesting about this one, hi Jade, is that household salt. She shows a difference. Coarse salt. I'll try to get my zoom. I'm sorry. And Himalaya salt, which I've seen in the store. I've never bought it because I thought, I don't know what you would put. I'm thinking, I was always thinking food wise. I was like, I don't cook. Well, now I'm going to buy Himalaya salt. I know it's pink.
Oh my gosh, that's so interesting. Different salts give a different effect.
Look at the Himalaya salt.
Wow.
And this is the chunky salt, which I've used. And this is your regular table salt. Sorry about the blur. I'm trying. The things are pretty small. Like I would say, honestly, like the print, print's kind of small. Let's see if I can zoom in just a smidge more. Hold on. Let me zoom in more. I'm trying to hold the book up. I want you all to see. So I'm going to see if I can zoom in more. Okay. My camera is mounted pretty high, so I can't always zoom in a ton. This is interesting. I Googled this. I didn't even know this existed. Okay, there is a technique where she uses dishwasher salt. Seriously, dishwasher salt. Does anyone use dishwasher salt?
I would never even think about that. I do have dishwasher salt.
Really? I've never used that. So I thought that's it. So I went on like Google going, okay, Google dishwasher salt. So yeah, finally got the focus. There you go. So this is, you can find this on Amazon. I did Google it. So I will be purchasing Himalaya salt. How cool is that? And dishwasher salt. So there's a project. I love this robin. I absolutely love birds. I have a lot of bird feeders. I love birds. And she goes step by step of what she does. And here's the sketch, so on and so forth. I love step outs. My favorite kind of books are always step by steps. It's how I learn. And this one is beautiful. This is, and here, talk about reference photos. This is her reference photo. This is her drawing of her reference photo. And then this is her finish.
Wow.
Yeah, so I think it's good to get a reference photo. You can go on Google or whatever. There's her reference photo here. And then this is her finished.
Oh my God, look at that brickwork. Oh.
Yeah, isn't that beautiful? She used sandpaper on this one. But that was her reference. So in all of these, she has reference photos. So she's going off the top of her head and pulling it out of her head. You see what I'm saying? So she finds a reference photo and goes from there. This one she uses masking fluid and salt. And you can see, I'm trying to think where let me quickly see if I can read where she put the salt. Again, eyeballs not cooperating.
A lot of people are talking about the chunky ice making salt. It should have like bigger chunks or something.
I think that's what Janet uses.
Yeah, yeah, yes, isn't it?
Yeah, I think Janet uses that big salt that you use.
Yeah.
Hi, Lori. Hi, Joycey. So this one, she used all of it. She used a small brush. She used a old toothbrush and a palette knife to splatter random spots of
Rock
masking
salt, yes.
on the foreground. So, it's like, so she actually was using different ones. All that splattering was done with masking fluid. And then, and so that way, I guess when she finished the painting, you can see here, all these white marks are where her masking fluid was. How cool is that? So then, you have that dark and light. This one is cute. This is dragonflies on the wings. So this, so she basically combined this photo of, I can't think of the name of that flower. Is it aster? I can't think of the name of that flower. Kathy Arbor would know. Anyway, I could be wrong. There's
Here in Denmark, they are called.
Oh, go ahead.
Here in Denmark, they're called bear cloth. Isn't it funny? Because I mean, where's the bear? Where's the cloth?
I have no idea.
That's not Queen Anne's lace, though, is it?
Queen Anne's lace. That might be right. That sounds right. Queen Anne's lace.
Queen Anne's lace when it gets dried up, maybe.
And so this is hi Judy, welcome. So there's the dragonfly, right? And then there's another dragonfly. So she found 2 dragonfly photos and a flower image, and then she combined the 2, and then she gives you, again, sorry about the blur. I am trying to get my camera to play nice. This is very lightly drawn too. So there, she sketches it out. And she took 3 photos, and then she did this. And she also used masking fluid and salt on this one as well. So you can see, it's just beautiful. This book is just beautiful. So she used a fine line of masking fluid around each of the dragonfly wings, and a network of lines inside their wings. Oh, wow. Okay. And she used an old brush, applying fluid and random splats around. She didn't say splats. That's my word. And she made a few stems. So this is all the masking that she did. So I think when you're doing this, you can see, if you really want the cool effects, how important the masking is. Look how she did. Look at the wings. Come on, camera. I'm sorry, I'm trying my best. It's all very light, and cameras do not like white at all. The camera is never nice. I'm gonna try again. Sorry, I can't pick up. It's very there. These buttons do not like white. I'm sorry, but she basically did that's why it's important. If you want to buy this book and really see it up close, I do recommend buying this book. She done every little line of the dragonfly, and there, you see that? There, see how the time she took, then she did splatters. Like, so if you really want to do this, I really recommend you getting this book. And this is the end project. So again, oh wait, that's not the end. I still see the masking fluid. Take that back. This is the end project. Look how magnificent this is. So after she does all the colors, remember, this is where she had the masking fluid on the wings. Look how they glow with the blue around it. And so by putting the masking fluid on the wings, and then these are all the little splatters that she did all through here, her splatters. This is where she put it on its wings and through its body. And then she could just go on with her colors and not worry about messing up her work. And look how they glow. Isn't this awesome?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
She kind of reminds me of that Gina Lee Kim too, where she does, but what kind of paint? Oh, she's using the brushos. Gina Lee Kim uses the watercolors, but doesn't it kind of remind you of that with the salt and the masking fluid?
Yeah, I think they are very similar. Again, but this is like when she starts saying, this is how much masking fluid did she put on. So you can see that splattered. And like I said, all through the body of the, see how she added the blue, and then she started with that, and then she added more color, and then she peeled it back. It is just gorgeous.
That's so cool.
Masking fluid must be our friends if we're using want this type of technique with magicals or infusions or my brushos.
But imagine the patience it takes to peel off all that masking fluid. I think some
please laughing at me. Brushes are powdered watercolor. Thank you.
Some people take kneaded eraser and then let the rubber of the kneaded eraser rub it off. It should be more gentle than taking a regular eraser, but I don't know. I'm not that fluent in masking fluid, but it takes a good patience to peel it off gently so you don't scratch off the surface of your paper with it.
Yeah, I haven't used it. I think I've used it once, Lina, just a tiny bit. So I'm not. But it seems like you have to be really careful.
So I want to show you guys. These are brushos. Okay, these are. I don't know how many colors there are. I actually don't know. These are just what I have. These are brushos. Again, they are basically watercolor powders. Thank you, Eileen. Poke a hole in it. That's how you sprinkle it on, and you can just stick one of these little thumb things in. These are infusions. If I keep making references, and I need to remember that not everybody knows what I'm talking about. These are infusions. These are again powders. They're watercolors, as Eileen says. And basically, these have walnut crystals in these. And the color dissolves first, and then the walnut crystals dissolve after that. So just so that you know, these are infusions. The difference is that these are not shiny. These are matte, which I like, mostly matte. But, I like a little shine, but mostly matte. And with walnut, I shouldn't say that. I'm going to say I like everything because I don't want to be held to it. I like everything. God forbid. There's a time and a place for everything. So I like doll stuff. I like shiny stuff. I like all stuff. Because if I ever start using it, I don't want people saying things. Okay. So this is Ken Oliver Color Burst. I have these two. He has lots and lots of sets of these. I have one, maybe one set. I don't remember how many there is. They're magicals. These are they come in the shakers. They come in the tubs. These are Lindy's. These come in matte, and these come in sparkle. So you can.
So Colleen, question.
Sure.
If you don't have the brushos, you can use the magicals or the infusions instead. You don't have to buy the brushos, right?
Correct. You don't have to. I'm going to use the brushes with the books, and I'll be able to play around with it later. But just to so you know, if you don't have brushos, you can use infusions. There's color bursts. There are magicals. There are many other versions of this. So
okay, perfect.
You have to get that, because if you don't want to invest in it, don't do it. So that's entirely up to your budget and so on and so forth. So
or just use watercolor too, I would imagine.
You could definitely just use watercolor techniques with this book for sure. You don't have to. You don't have to have even those. Good point. You could definitely use just watercolors.
Thanks for the brusho link, Piccola. You're super mod.
I love this one. This is in the book. This is in the book. The chicken and the rooster. I love it. Look at these. Aren't these gorgeous? Seriously. Seriously gorgeous.
I could see Lina doing those.
Oh, Lina could do these like bam, nothing. The girl is uber talented.
No, it looks really hard. I find it difficult to control the magicals because I have to learn to let go when I work with them. I guess I'm not the only one who feels like that.
This is
you can like go and do more with them. You're exactly right, Lina.
But it's just like you have to surrender to a product where there is this generic clump of brown and suddenly yellow or red pigment that comes out of something that you think you're pouring out a peach tone, and suddenly there is this clump of brown or green even. And those tiny surprises, I think I have to learn to get over that obstacles, that pigment belongs there for a reason and should not be removed, because I tend to lift them back up. Isn't that crazy? And you pay for the product to do that effect, and then I work against it. So it's just a mind setting when you start out, I guess.
I want to reiterate, Buttons was mentioning the difference, and basically that's a really good point. Okay, I also need to reiterate, I think infusions are not permanent. I need to, because walnut ink is not either. The magicals are permanent. So there's a difference. So these are permanent and these are not permanent. And I think brushes are not permanent either. So there is a difference. But if you follow the instructions here, she does the sketch, then she uses a permanent ink, permanent marker or whatever, like this is a micron, this is archival ink. She goes over it, sketches it, does her lines, then let it, of course, give it a few seconds to dry, you know what I mean? And then you can go over and you're just using the brushes. You're not putting anything else on top. So it doesn't, it doesn't matter, you know what I mean? And so just to let you know that you're going to draw it, and she has you trace over it or pencil and then trace over the pen and then put your watercolors down. So this is permanent. So when you add your brushes on top or whatever, it will not mess it up. Make sure that your pen you draw with is permanent, or, archival ink or whatever. If you use something that's not, it will smear. So that's important with the book. You have to have pens that are not going to run. I'm wearing my Dee bracelet, by the way. Mm-hmm.
I noticed that. It's so pretty.
I'm wearing my denim Dee bracelet she made me. Yes, I am. I love it. So this is what I want to do. I love pen and ink. I've taken some classes, online classes with pen and ink, and it's really fun. And so this one is pen and ink, and I don't know, I've taken some, it's just simple. You're just doing simple lines and watercolor. Of course, she mentions use black waterproof ink, and you got to do that throughout the whole book, not just here. So she goes through what colors that she uses. If you look up here, she'll tell you waterproof pen, and she's used a 0.5 and what colors that she used. So the book is really thorough. And I love this. I absolutely love this country scene. Love this. I love scenery. I love this too. Of course, it's a houses. This one looks a little harder to draw, but again, you don't have to use her reference photo. You can find this is her reference photo, and then she sketched it. You can follow her instructions and draw your own houses. You know what I'm saying? So if this is too difficult or anything else, a book, you got to try it, then you can get your own. Or go and trace your own and put it on carbon paper and then trace it onto your paper. That way you're learning how to use the colors and the mixing, and you're not, focusing on the drawing itself. So this is her rooster again. The rooster is just beautiful. Again, this is her inspiration. Then she drew it. And again, you could use her drawing or draw your own. I love this. And again, this one she's using, I think she used masking fluids. I think she uses on all of them because all these little specks through here, I'm pretty sure that's all masking fluid. So, and I think I was reading the instructions, and this was one I want to make in here. All this white that's in between his feathers is all masking fluid. Because I was actually looking into it. I love this. That looks like he's standing in like rain puddles. Like he's splashing around in the rain.
I love that rooster.
It looks like all these little rain splashes are coming up. Yeah, you could totally trace them. If you want to do this, but you can't draw, just get some paper and trace it. Seriously, you don't. There's a lot of artists to trace. Do not worry about tracing. Doesn't mean that you're not an artist because you trace or you can't draw. You can be an artist and you can learn to draw or you can trace. Like, don't let that stop you from doing anything you want to do. Doesn't stop me, that's for sure.
Plus, an instruction book like this, a how-to book with step outs, she wants you to do it. I mean, she wants you to dig in, use her reference photos, so never feel sorry to duplicate things from, especially an instruction book like this.
Yeah.
It's a teaching material. So every copyright for what you're producing for this says that you have to mention her name if you're going to sell it. You know, if you're selling it or something, then say that you got inspired by this book and used a tutorial from there. Then it's okay.
Yeah, I agree. And you used her techniques as well, because she has some techniques that hasn't. You okay, Smoky? Hold on, my dog's barking. Hang on one moment. Okay.
Oh, poor Bandit, you can really hear that he is struggling. I have learned a ton out of, I don't like to use the word copying, because copy in my universe is when you do something and then forget to give credit.
Right.
I'm going to mute myself and I'm going to put you guys on screen and I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
I know. I agree, Lina. That's why I posted that article the other day on Twitter. I thought it was really good because I'm like, oh, shouldn't I just be making stuff up myself to do? But like a lot of people commented, Cass said, you know, that's what they do when you go to school. That's how you learn. You learn from what others do.
And you know what? After have a bottle of Monet champagne 17 years ago, you may have seen the Gothic church in Strasbourg, but can you reproduce that image in your brain by yourself? No, it's very intricate. There is a lot of carved out sculpture work,
right,
and arches and glass work. So that's why you need reference photos.
Yeah.
And what I do when I want to put in a building, I use Google Earth a lot, because even though I know in my head how I think that the Eiffel Tower looks like, it's just great that you can use Google Earth and then get around the Eiffel Tower where it fits to your drawing.
Right.
And then just by looking at it, it's just so helpful. So.
Yeah, no, it's fun. But I just, because I had, you know, I think that's something that a lot of people, especially new people starting out when they're drawing and they're doing art, it's like, I always thought like, no, I can't. I have to make up my own thing. How else can you learn? You know, it's such a visual thing. That's how you learn.
But I think it's the use of word that gets a person like me offended. If someone says, "Oh, are you copying yet another artist?" for instance, then I would feel offended, because in my world, copying is when you forget to reveal your source code.
Right.
I would rather say that. I would rather have the people use the word, "Are you getting inspired or doing a study?" Or
right, it's study, and that's what they call it when you do the classes. And other artists, they do a study. They do a study of this, they do a study of that. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, but I understand what you're saying. It's like, oh, they're copying. You know, people always, but you know what? There's always going to be somebody out there who's going to try to find fault. You know, but
I know. But it's just when you write words and you read them as a receiver, you can put something wrong in it, you know, because it's a very eggshell-filled area when you're in a learning curve, as we are, where we really learn from reproducing work from Lindsay the Frugal Crafter's tutorials and stuff. So, hey, but Kathy, I've been using the stippler that you gave me.
Oh, how's it working out?
It's good. It's very sturdy and flat. So I just dipped it in gesso and then pounced around the Stallone guy to get that illuminated effect.
Wow, that is cool.
I know I ought to do like this, splatter, but I'm sucking up some courage to do so.
Just brush your finger across the top and let it fling out. But good. That's working good. That's working good. I love those brushes.
Me too. And then because I want some dots to really stand out, I'm using the enameled accents from Ranger, because it's going to dry up like a raised enameled glossy dot. So it's going to stand out among the tiny dots that I have put in with just a regular Sharpie. No, not a Sharpie. What's it called? It is a Sharpie. Okay.
Yeah.
So now I'm trying 3 different kinds of dot making. Swirl with a brush, the enamel dots, the Sharpie, and then I need some places to give it some action and I need some accidents. And I'm thinking about focusing on this area here to make some real splotches, because they do behave differently. Like you can see here, they got a different
right, they're just a little bit, they're not perfectly round, they're a little bit thicker.
Exactly. So
wow, that looks cool though, Lina. Good start.
Thank you. And I think I actually have a toothbrush that I use in my room for these splattering things. Maybe I can dig it out. Oh.
Okay, while she's looking for that, this is one of the piece of papers right here. And this is some leopards that I had drawn on. And I was like, oh, I wish I had had that paper first. I would have put it behind the leopards. So what I did was I glued the paper up in the corner. And now I'm just following the leaf pattern. And I'm going to fill it in with my Posca pens. I'm just going to fill it in. So it's just good drawing practice.
That's a good one.
Okay, let's see, Lina.
Okay, when you splatter, we normally do like this.
Yeah.
Then the splatter tends to fly out.
Right.
But when you do it with a toothbrush and you angle it towards your paper, you can get it really centered. You can control it more. And because the stiffer the brush is, the harder the brush is, the more speed the splatter gets. So they get really like thrown down to the page.
Yeah, like it creates a quick sense.
Yes, and I think I can try and demonstrate it on this black spot here. I simply just take my index finger and then rub it against the toothbrush, and it will land exactly there because I'm putting it very close to the paper. So can you see how you can get not a controlled splatter, but it's more controlled than if you are doing this technique when you're when you're holding your paint about, I don't know, 4 inches away from your paper and do like this.
Right, and then it flies all over the place. That way it is a controlled splatter. You're keeping it, and you see the motion of it better.
You do, yeah. So that's how I'm using the toothbrush.
Cool. So you'll do that over by his elbow?
Yes, and I'm using gesso because I want like a transparent sheen around him, and I'm thinking now if I should switch to real white acrylic paint instead of gesso. I think I better do that. Oh, but you know what? Why don't I try and splatter with the enamel?
Okay,
that'd be awesome.
Yeah, see how that goes.
So I'm just gonna squeeze out a puddle. I'm gonna do it on the I can't. I'm just gonna do it here. I'm gonna squeeze out a puddle of the enameled product here. And see how it goes.
Okay.
Oh my god, I hate to test things on something important. But I think I just have to lose my mind that even though it is for my son, it's not super important. So
I think it should be okay because you did it with the white. What do you think?
I'm hoping. I know that I should cover up if I don't want it out there, but I'm just going to go for it.
Yeah, because actually, if there's a couple that go a little bit outside, that's not bad.
It isn't. And I chose to work on the background first because then I don't have to mask off Stallone. while
Yeah,
I'm
see, I
doing-
think that was smart. I think that was really smart. This will make it, I think doing it like this, it'll look more natural.
I hope so. And I hope that this enamel product will dry up opaque. So, you know, sometimes when you go in with a white Sharpie, you have to go in 1,000 times to make
Uh-huh.
a dot in the eye and have it stay white. It's so annoying. So, I think if I follow the curve of his silhouette,
Yes, I think you're right.
I'm going to get them to disperse from his body and outwards.
Right. That's a good idea.
I'm so intimidated by his face. To work on his face next. I think it's working okay.
It looks good.
Yeah.
Now, what about at the top of his head? What is it? How is it in the picture? Let's see the real picture.
In the picture, it's like
Okay. Okay. So it's just light on his hair. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I can see that they have used the light in his silhouette to carve him out from the background.
Okay.
So I don't have that on my drawing yet. It's going to be the last thing.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I was just wondering how it looked there. You've got it. It looks good, Lina.
So far, so good. What I
Yeah.
don't like is that, look, you can't really see his trousers. So right now when I look at this, I'm thinking, is he wearing a dress? What's going on?
You can do that when it's finished, you know, with a little line, or you can see what you need to do at the end.
But I'm thinking to give myself a little bit artistic liberty. I'm gonna paint in his legs and then do a tiny splatter there to indicate that he's not wearing a dress, even though it's not on the reference photo.
Oh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Otherwise, what's wrong with my light? Otherwise, it will just look a little bit strange.
Or you could shadow it in darker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'd wait till the end and see if it's better with the spray in between or just a darker black.
I don't think I can wait.
You can wait.
Because I think I'm gonna cover in the inside of his t-shirt with black acrylic, because I already got, it doesn't matter that I have a black acrylic background and a black shirt because I got that rim of white.
Cool.
So I'm gonna do the same here. I'm gonna
do a spray
hands on him.
Because you can always cover it up too.
Yes, that's the cool thing about acrylic. You
can cover it.
So I'm thinking we need some leg separation like this. It's gonna help.
Yeah.
It's just a visual thing. So I don't have anything interesting to show haul-wise, but maybe you would be interested in it, Kathy.
Oh, let's see.
It's not Posca. It's not Posca.
No, I'm not. I'm not a Posca snob. It's just what I happen to have. I'll try anything. Let's see how you got them.
And I have only tested one of them because I had to get ready for stream. This one. You have to prep them like the weekly acrylic pens. So you have to be like really patient and start off all your markers. But so far it seems like it's a very opaque acrylic. Yeah, it is acrylic. It's an acrylic marker.
Oh. Nice.
There's something really funky with my light.
I know, it's kind of funny because when I was driving home, I was looking on my computer and stuff. And there's a ton of acrylic markers out there. I had no idea. I kind of wish I knew. I mean, I love my Poscas, don't get me wrong. Mm-hmm. But there's tons of them at different price points. Yeah, and I was thinking, how can you go wrong with acrylic paint?
I know, and these was really inexpensive. So not like really super cheap, but they're compared to other brands, they're like really inexpensive. So I'm just gonna give it a try and see if the knit clogs up. But it seems like it's they got a ball inside. So
Yeah, just shake it up. Now let's see the nib. Hold it up close. I want to see what kind of nib.
It's a very fine pointed nib. And
okay, so those would be here. Let me show you. That would be like the 1M Posca has that kind of nib.
Let's see.
That would be comparable to the 1M.
Is this a 1M? Oh, this is a 3M.
Yeah, the 3M's a little thicker, but see how the 1M is more, has the plastic nib? What brand did you get?
It's called Flusia. Flyseer. Oh, why can't it focus? Focus. There.
Oh, Flyseer.
Flyseer. Okay, Flusia. That's the
F-L-Y-S-E-A.
It's just so funny. You know, you have like to-go coffee in the US, but here in Denmark it's to-go coffee.
Yeah, so that was, I would say those are comparable to the 1Ms of the Poscas.
Yeah, so, but I can't wait to play along with them, and I'm going to use them in my comp book, you know, the thing that we are working on the DT project, because I like a saturated marker, but in comp books, I don't like the ghosting on the next page. But with acrylic pens, there's like no ghosting at all. So, love it.
Yeah, there is no. I found a little bit of ghosting on my composition book because the paper was so thin. But that was also too, I was kind of pressing hard. But if you don't press hard, you can keep it from going through. But the thinner the paper, I think there's, you know, the more, you know, there is a possibility it will ghost. But that's a nice assortment of colors.
Yes. Yes, on the acrylic pens, there is some unusual color choices. And that's actually why I chose those in conjunction with other sets that I could have gotten out there. It's got like really lime fresh colors and some dark maroon, gold, silver, of course, generic white, black, and then pink, of course. And then it has this very interesting flesh tone that I could imagine that I could use for my my work with the cartoon character I'm working.
Oh, yeah.
So it actually was the flesh tone that sold me, you know, like, oh, cool. Yeah. And then I also picked up the Stabilo Woody.
I love those.
They're so cute.
I love those. I keep mine right. I want to get some of these for my granddaughter.
And they have this smell to it, like.
I've got mine here. I love them.
Yes, me too. And you know what? I don't really have a plan for them, but it looked very decorative on the table. I really like just looking at the joy.
I've been known to buy stuff because it looks good on my desk. You know what I like about them? They make me feel like a little kid writing with a big Crayola.
Yes, and you can actually get really nice, pointy, really narrow streaks with it. Like it's not like it's even though it's a fat tip, you can really get a slim line with it. And then you can
you can do the side. You can go fat. They're also water soluble.
Yes, and they're super creamy. I mean, it's I don't know if it's an oil. It's not an oil base because it's water soluble, but there is something similar to this than when you play with them. You know, it's not like a wax crayon. Definitely not.
No, and it's different. They're not as creamy as the Neo colors.
No,
but the color is intense.
It is.
Yeah, because here's my purple. I mean,
yes, they go down really opaque, like in one stroke. So they're very pigmented. I like them a lot.
They're fun. I think they're just fun to use. It makes me feel like a little kid.
Me too. Because on my table, I've had this set for the longest time ever. I don't know what to do with it. I feel like...
okay, they're called Stabilo.
Woody.
Woodies.
Yes.
I think it's Y''S, not IES.
Yeah, they're water soluble.
I got the packaging in my trash can. I just picked it up.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me put Lina on.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Stabilo. Woody. Oh, there you go.
It came with a brush and then a giant pencil sharpener because
Yes, which
they're
is
like
nice.
super big. So, but sure,
Yeah, they're
it's
fun.
But I really like them. So.
They are fun.
Filling in, guys. He's just started. He's had off and on, but sick, and now he's coughing. So I had to make a vet appointment for him. So I can.
Oh, poor baby. Who is that?
It's Smokey.
Aww.
He had been coughing for probably the entire time I was off or muted. So I gave him a cough tablet, and I'm going to take him to the vet. So scares me. I videoed it this time, so I can, so when I can go in and specifically show them when I say he's coughing, like what, what's happening.
Right.
The nice things about technology is we got the advantage to, like I was able to video him sorry, get upset, coughing, so I can show them.
Yeah.
He has a lot of allergy issues, so they may want to up his allergy medicine. Hopefully that's all it is. Anyway, thank you for filling in. I'm sorry.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah, my dog's coughing where he can't breathe. I gotta stop.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so thank you for filling in. So I quickly made an appointment and I videoed him coughing. So it's either they'll double his allergy medicine and stuff like that. But
okay.
Anyway,
do you need to take him right now? Can you take him right now, Colleen, or is it later?
It's at 2:00, so I'll get off here about 1:30.
Okay.
And they said if he got worse, to let him know and they'll get him in sooner. But he's calmed down now. Hopefully his medicine to kick in. But it just scares me when this stuff happens. It just is scary. Because they can't tell you what's wrong. They can't tell you.
I know, that's the hard thing. That's why that's good you called right away and they can get you in now.
Oh, thank you guys. It's hard with pets is they can't tell you what's going on, and it's hard to know. But it was that was probably the worst coughing spell he's had in a while. So I do apologize for doing it, but I was glad that you guys. It's a nice thing about having multiple streamers. It's nice to have nice little film assistance.
Oh, no problem, Colleen. I'm glad you got him calmed
on my
down.
shoulder right now. This is Mr. Smokey.
Oh, baby.
Oh,
He's
poor
on my
baby.
shoulder. He's a Jack Russell. So I'm just trying to make sure he stays calm, so that way he doesn't start
Coughing again.
because he's upset. I mean, you can't breathe; you're going to get upset. So yeah. So vet appointment at 2. That's always the case. Whenever I kind of get caught up, and then the vet bill comes. Almost every time. Let's see. So anyway, I have the Woody Stabilios as well. I bought them years ago, and I don't know how many people bought them, but I just love that they're water soluble and they're just chunky and fat. Makes you feel like a little kid when you're playing with them,
It does, doesn't it? They're fun.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. It's just hard with it's just hard. So the book, I remember where I was at. So it's like having little kids, all these distractions. This one I think would be fun. I'm gonna put myself on solo. I took myself off of my husband, so hopefully we don't get echo, so I can hear him better. This is a neat one I want to try because this one looks fairly simple, and this is acrylic inks and using the and granulation. And granulation medium works really good with inks, which is something that Janet was, I think Eileen kept yelling at her to grab her ink. So acrylic inks and granulation play well
Eileen, yeah,
together.
no way.
Right? And so anyway, it tells you the step-by-step of how to do this color wash on this hill. And it makes the biggest difference once you add the sepia tone. So you know, you have this the sketch, and then you have the green and the yellows, and then down here you throw the sepia with the granulation fluid, and it just really, I wrote the inks, I'm sorry. And then this is, of course, spritz. She also shows how you can use this spritz, which is really cool looking. And so, like I said, I do. Come here, baby. There you go. You're gonna fall. Hold on one second. Hold on, you're gonna fall. My shoulder. I can't get any taller. He's like going up higher and higher. He's gonna fall off my shoulder. I'm short. You can't go very far. All right.
So cute that he's cuddling.
Here beside. Just move your bed. You sit right here beside me. You sit right here so you keep an eye. There you go. Aw. Yeah, lay right here beside me so you can see it. There he is. He's in now. He's on the floor. So he's right there. He's right there. Okay. So this is negative painting. Is this what you had Janet doing? This flower, Janet? Didn't Janet do this snow flower?
Yes.
I think this is what she had. Was this from this painting, or did she do that on her own, Eileen? Didn't Janet do one like this? It turned out beautiful.
I think it was from another book. I could be wrong. I think it was from another book.
Was it from that abstract art book, I think?
I think it was, yes.
Hi, Jen. Yeah. It was in Alda's book. Okay, well, coincidental. They actually did a similar technique using a snowdrop flower, and there is her reference, and there's her sketch, and this is like using negative painting. So if you want to see something like this, Janet did do something very similar to this with the same flower. As a matter of fact, whoop, okay, this one's got some nudies. I'm gonna go on by those pages. Not ton, it's just a silhouette of the back of her, but I don't want to deal with YouTube.
Bye, Kenny. Thanks for coming.
Day. And this one I want to do, hold on, I got to cover the other page up. I can't show you one without the other. Hold on.
Oh, elephants.
There you go. I'll cover her up. Yeah,
this is all the brush. This is a great book.
This brusho book is fantastic.
I love it.
Fantastic. And this one again, here is her photo reference, and this is, she sketched it again with the pen and ink, and then put the brushes over it. And she also used some clear wax and to get the effects here where she was able to control it. I want to do that. Here's the finished version in large. Isn't this just magnificent?
I like that. I love elephants.
It is. Me too. I love it. And you can't go wrong with
elephant.
Yeah. These can we call them rainbow drawings? You know, when you put all sorts of rainbow colors into animals, you can't really go wrong.
I know, it's cool.
Come out so cute.
Don't chew on your feet. I think part of Smokey's doing, I'm going to get permission, but I think he can take higher doses of Apoquil and he's chewing on his feet right now. The part of the problem is he's got allergies. I'm assuming that he's chewing on his feet. And, you know, dogs are not, you know, cats can lick themselves. Yeah. Dogs are not made to lick fur. So,
okay, now, Colleen, with the Apoquil, is he taking the most he can take?
No, he isn't. I think she's going to have to up his Apoquil because he's like been gnawing on his feet, and then he might be getting hair in his throat. Maybe that's causing it.
That could be because not to get off subject from the book, but now what they told me, if the Apoquil wasn't working, there's a shot they can give.
Oh yeah, there is a shot. I should have them. I should do that for a while with smoking, and then I know, and maybe they can. I can take it. You can take 2 a day instead of 1. That's true.
Yeah, because they said if the Apoquil, if Jack didn't stop with Apoquil, they would try the shot. So maybe they can give him a shot. Hopefully,
that's true. They can do that today. That's true. Bye, Joycey.
Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to get off track, but
Yeah, I'm sorry about the animal thing, guys. I don't mean to bring the stream down. I really don't. I promise. I'm trying not to. This is using bleach and bleach in a spray bottle. And also you could use as the bleach pens, I'm assuming, as well. So I like the effects of bleach. So I think
bleach pens, that would be fun.
you could definitely do the bleach pens. And I like this one too. So you can see the bleach effect here and here. So this is when you did the brusho flower, let it dry, and then put this on. And this is putting the bleach on when it's wet. I'm sorry, this is putting it on when it's wet, and this is putting the bleach on the brusho when it's dry. So see, if you put on when it's wet, you're going to get a lot more removing of the color down to the paper, and then a little less here. So I think this is a really cool effect here. And again, I gotta watch the photos for YouTube. Some birch tree projects, and over here shows the gallery. I love the fish. Look at this.
It's super cute.
It's just gorgeous. So I do recommend you getting this book. Here's some hydrangeas. If you want to try brushos or your watercolors or your magicals or color bursts or infusions or whatever you have, I recommend this book. I really, really do. Okay, this is look at this one. This is brusho with soap bubbles.
Oh, Eileen's talked about that before.
Oh, isn't that neat? And look how it looks when you're done. I should try that one on stream sometime. Okay, lather up some soap bubbles in a washing in a bowl. You can use washing up liquid or shampoo. So you use shampoo, or you can use like dish detergent. Scrub the bubbles, avoiding the water. Gently spread 2 inches of the bubbles over the water paper. So you're going to make the bubbles in a pan. Bubble up in a bowl, and I think you're going to basically take them off with a spoon and lay it on top of your brusho paper. Yeah. And then leave it there to dry natural, overnight. Not, don't use a heat gun or whatever. And then it says you tried 2 experiments. You'll figure out how much color that you need, he said. It takes a little bit. So this is the first time he did it, and this is the second time he did it. He had to add more color. But look at that with bubbles.
That is cool.
Bubbles on your watercolor paper with the brushos are underneath, and it dries. You gotta let it dry overnight. You can't heat gun it or whatever. There's several projects in there where you need to let the masking fluid dry.
Yeah.
I love this. And then he took the piece and he used the background to make underwater scenes. And
hey, Colleen, you know what we could do sometime is one time when we stream on a Thursday night, maybe start one of these at the end of the stream, and then in the next morning, everything will be dry, and then you could continue.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Is that a good idea?
Yeah.
Judy wants to know, did they do anything with shaving cream? Have you noticed?
Yeah, shaving cream. You could do the shaving cream and inks. I've not seen the bubbles before. How cool is that? And again, she used granulation liquid and acrylic inks, and she used some brushos on these. So I really love this. Again, she has step-by-steps. And I mean, look, this starts off look at her drawing. It's literally just straight lines almost, wiggly lines in a path. And that's how she starts it. She starts off just doing that and then adds her trees and goes on. This one's fun. This one used clear wax. Look at these guys.
Oh, Prickle and Spike. Look how cute they are.
Aren't these gorgeous?
They are. I'm just thinking maybe you got more open time with the shaving cream. Like bubbles, they burst so easily. I was just thinking shaving cream. I don't know, was it Tori who suggested it?
Maybe Lina.
Judy Ogre. That
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna try that because I think you got more time to work on the
I,
paper with shaving cream.
I don't think she used shaving cream in this book.
No, but
When Judy asked. No, I don't think she used this in the book.
Yeah.
Oh, this is what I need to do. Look, dog's best friend. Isn't that
Oh,
cute?
I like that.
She has her umbrella over her dog in the rain. So this is a step-by-step here, and there's one version, and then here's another version that she did wearing just a different outfit. It's a little different dog. So this is actually the project here. That's just another. This is the project. So if you want to do this one is masking fluids, some clear wax, and that. So if you look, you can see where she was using that on the umbrella and stuff. Like right, all the white you see is where she actually had the masking fluid. So yeah, there isn't anything with that in here, but like I said, this is the Art of Brusho, and this is on Amazon, and I highly recommend you get this. You could use this with your watercolors and other things. The other project, I think I skipped in the crises of. Okay, he's taking a little nappy. Okay, I can calm down. The other one in here is. I think I skipped some. Hold on. The stupid nudity is kind of throwing me off here. This one, I'm sorry. After the bleach page, you can also use spray starch. I'm sorry, I keep saying I got a little distracted with my dog. I do apologize. There's bleach. There's one in here for that. Where is that?
Spray starch?
Yeah, spray starch is in.
Oh my God.
I'm kind of like a nerd right now, so I'm doing.
Oh, I bet.
Sorry about that. I'm doing.
Hey, we can. You know what, Colleen? We can stop at noon. If you want to just finish the book, and then we can cut it short today.
Until I can get him in. There's nothing I can do. I got him at meds, and there's nothing I can do right now anyway. He's falling asleep. He's sleeping next to me. I just got to get my nerves calmed down. I just got to get my nerves.
You just say so. Then you could monetize him better if you were not streaming. If it could relax you more.
He's like he's right there. He's right beside me. So, but if he starts coughing, I will get off. If he starts coughing.
Yeah, just just anytime, just let us know, because I'm probably gonna go about 20 after 12, 12:30 anyway. I've got some stuff.
I'll get off of this one. I do want to show you a couple things I've worked on. So do you guys remember when we were doing the jelly plate with the alcohol inks? The alcohol markers, and we did our faces underneath the jelly.
It was really hilarious, and it was like, I really loved that you did it.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
So basically, we took photographs of ourselves like this. There's a photograph of me, and then I put it underneath the jelly plate. Okay, so you can see through the jelly plate, and then we use alcohol markers, and we were tracing ourselves, and so it was really fun to do. So I actually put it in my Dina Wakley journal and our Dina Wakley book, and then basically this one was fun. We got really towards the end, a little more brave. I added some wings and stuff, but I basically glued these in my book, and I thought, well, I'll figure out what I want to do later. And then I decided to go in here and just doodle and play. I added some stamps. These are from the new stamps that I got from Michael's, or that they have for $4. So I was using all my new stamps.
Oh, fun.
And so I looked at all of them because, yeah, it's hard to do. If you look, I have very squinty eyes. So, and yeah, but you notice in there, I get myself some wide eyes there. That's squinty.
Line left.
So this is like, I made sure I gave myself some wide eyes. So anyway, so this one again that you see, it was a round jelly plate, and this was on tissue paper, I think, and our deli paper, and then I just basically used some green Stabilio. This is again stamp. This is part of the ones I got from the Michael seal. And then this was as well. These are all stamps from the Michaels sets of stamps. And then I just colored them in and had fun. And then this one again, the same thing. So this one I gave myself a crooked eye, but you know, it is what it is. So it's fun to play. If you have kids, I think they will love to put their photograph underneath it and draw your kids, you know.
Oh yeah.
And this one's fun too. This one I gave myself a cool little seat, boho, little wicker seat, and over here I stamped some. These are from the Art by Marlene stamps with the different paintbrushes. These were from some flow books that I cut out and colored those in. And I actually colored those in with some colored colored pencils, water soluble pencils. These are the ones that Caran d'Ache kid ones I got on clearance at Tuesday mornings last year, and I colored these in and then just put my water pen over top of those. And I just had fun. You know, these are again stamps. This was a stencil we put down. Just have fun creating and making these. And so this one's the best. So I made myself here with an awful hat. And so then I decided to make the hat and go with it. And it was a really dark one. So then I went and put horses. I had some horses. Again, I colored these in with watercolor pencils. This, again, I took some of the Arteza. I also used that on some of this too, on the hairnet. I use my Arteza real brush pens here on the hair. I love to use those on the hair because they have a brush tip. And then I did this, and then since she was so awful, I was so awful. Does that look remotely like me? Heck no. But yeah, that's how it came out. And I made her Derby girl because since she had the big old hat, you know, if you go to the Derby.
Oh yeah.
Those are so. What a good idea, Colleen. I love that idea.
And high heel shoes.
They had the big fancy hats with feathers and all that stuff coming out. So I thought, well, since she kind of looked gaudy anyway, and I hate referring to myself as gaudy, but that's how I drew myself. And that's how I traced myself here, and with big eyes, and basically made her into a Derby girl. And so, but this one I'd say is more depicts me, more of, I used to do turquoise hair, I don't anymore, but this depicts more of actual who I am. This would probably have been my mother, whom I have nothing to do with. This has, this one I think it's similar, but this one is just more whimsical. So I think it's fun to give yourself wings, like give yourself purple hair here. Just have fun and give yourself some fun colored hair and stuff, you know. And then this, I was experimenting with some grit paste by Tim Holtz, and I ordered the grit paste, but he had made a reference that in the grout kit, which I had, that the grout stuff here is the same as his grit paste. And so I put that on there, and I want to show you how it looks. And it is actually really rough and awesome. And so what I did is I took my finger and I rubbed it in my pan pastels, and I rubbed it over top. And I started to say in the background, these are Tim's oxide. These are Tim's oxide inks in the background, and then this is a stencil, and then, like I said, the grit paste, and you can see close up. And so this worked really well. I didn't have to do anything, because I also used some.
That's awesome, Colleen. It looks really, really nice.
It's just really fun. This is the paper glaze that comes with that kit, and I just actually took some Flow magazine images and I put them down. It's like glossy accents, really, and I really like that picture.
Hey,
Bandit! and I was playing with those, and this was really fun. I think it was cool to go try, since it's such a rough texture. So I use pan pastels, and I have some pastel pencils. These are
It's an awesome idea. I love that you can just go and grab stuff because you got a stash. I mean, I would love that. You know, you see something, you get inspired, and then you got a stash to back it up. I mean, it's awesome.
Thank you. That's what I thought. And that's what's fun because after I put this down, I was like, this is so cool. It's so rough. And I thought, you know what loves rough surfaces? Hello, pastel. So I used my Conte pencils, some pan pastels. And then, like I said, for fun, I was like, I haven't used any of this stuff. So I wanted to try this. And it's basically like glossy. It's basically glossy accents. This quote came out of out of the new Art by Marlene sticker pack. So I threw that on, and then over here we were playing with magicals the one week, and I got it all over my book, like all over my book. I pour paper.
Talk about you wanted to get a denim apron.
Yeah, I did buy a denim apron to wear. Sick of messing up my clothes.
Yeah.
This was the magicals, and this was also magicals and using a tacky wind dry gel medium, and I put foil over top of it, and then I use magicals, and I also use Arteza markers, and I also used some collage images, and I'm going to put a piece of wax paper in there because it's sticking until I can seal it. I think it's the tacky gel. And it must be that I didn't get foil on that spot, and then it's stuck. But this has been closed for a little bit. This is fun. This one was playing around with the Arteza pens, and this came from the collage. This book here. Let me find it. From this book here, the Jeannie's Mindful Art Collection by Studio Light. The little windows and the door and the medallion all came from this book. And then I just I used some gel pens, and I used like Artezas for all this and some doodles. So that was from there. And I think, let me flip through and make sure. I think that's it in this book. So these are fun. Like this book is all blue because of the magical. So I'll have to figure out how I'm going to do that. But it's just fun. These are some papers from the paper pocket. And you can see I'm having some stickage. Oh my. This one I haven't done anything with. This one I haven't done. I just glued the paper down. This was the one I did with the tea bags and some
Oh, I love it. How cool is that stamps?
This is one of my favorites. By Carolyn.
Yeah. You know what really makes that page work is that you went back and did that white stamping of the flowers on the right downside place on the page. You know, the layering of the white on top. I don't know. It's just very visible here on the screen that there is something on the tea bag. You know, yeah, I really love that that you ended up with a finished layer of something white instead of something in color. That's awesome.
Oh, thank you. That's sweet. This was the gel metallic foil on the the tea bag. And this was a cooked tea bag with regular paste on it. But yeah, that it just gives it, I don't know, just that extra layer of fun, right? And then here you can see it, but then it shows up, but not as good. But the lettering, but then also the Oriental stencil does show up behind it. So in some regards, it's kind of cool because you don't totally lose your background. And then here I have it as well.
Hi,
I would say, what's the word? Subtle. I mean, it's very subtle.
I think you can say subtle about it. How do you like working on the tea bags? I like the texture, even though it's not paper, it's not the fabric, it's something gritty in between. It got its whole own texture.
Yeah, I love the tea bags. The tea bags are so great to play with. So there's again, like these. This one was one I did with a tons of chalk paste and some collage images and stickers and so on and so forth. And I made this messy, grungy. Took a couple images and put in there. This was fun to experiment with. And the other thing I've worked on is, since I know I'm sure this one. So I got the Arteza 8x8 book, and I love this. And I got they come with two in a pack, and I copied Dee Dee and got these. And this I painted last week on my show. Is we did the pockets and some fabric paint, and I glued that on the front. And then I took the papers from the hippie flower or paper pack I got from Joggles, and added that to it. And what I think, I'm debating about where I'm going to do the whole book this way or how I want to do it. But I started the one page, and this is really fun. I saw something similar to this on Instagram, and I just, like I said, I just got really inspired. And so this is full of, I'm going to go in there, like,
Wow.
crackle.
It looks like something from another age. Look, it looks like something from another, I don't know, another time or something, because
Yeah, like
wow.
I went over it with some wax pencils and dug into that, but you can see the crackle paste, there's regular paste, and I just went over with wax pencils, and then found some old black and white images, and just doodled, just really doodling and playing, and did basically that. Every home has a story, and just kind of that. And I think that's what I'm going to do in this book, is kind of house story. And I'm going to keep doing it. These are the wax pencils, if you don't know what they look like.
You know what? Good call on the monochromatic and the black and white pictures and white crackle. I mean, that's awesome. I
Yeah, I think,
really like that style.
yeah, it is. Like, some is more subtle, and some's just really like bam, like a lot of crackle. And so it was fun to play with the two. And this paper is 220, I think, absorbency. It's a sketch paper. This is Artesa's sketchbook. And I literally layered this up with, this is their sketchbook, not their watercolor book, with images and matte medium, and tons and tons of crackle paste and light paste, and dug into it. And look at this, like,
No
it barely curves. Like this literally has got so many layers on it. It's unbelievable how this sketch paper held up to all of that sketch paper. This is sketch paper. This is like an image I found that I liked. I thought was really pretty. I may use in here. So I may keep it in a black and white like theme, which I'm debating where it's going to be houses, or if I want to just do like a black and white theme book. I have two of these, so I can figure that out if I want to, or if I'm going to mix it up and start off with one and not continue it. But I just want to try different things. But seriously, there is also underneath here, these are stamps all underneath here. I forgot about that. I stamped too underneath all this. So there is lots and lots of layers. And this is their sketch paper, and it has held up wonderfully. It's a great size book. It's like 8x8 roughly.
Okay, I just got back. So you put, there's stamps, and then what did you put on top? Crackle paste and stuff?
Yeah, I used stamps. I did some stamps and matte medium the image down, and then did the light paste and crackle paste, and then went through it with a black China marker. I said wax marker, China marker, and wrote. And while the paste was still wet, and just wrote, and dug, and went in there and dug through it. But you can see the crackle paste and stuff. I wanted it to be just this doodly, I don't know, grungy, but you can see all the stamping still behind it. Like that's all just ink. So
It's amazing. What I like is that if someone told me, now you're going to use crackle paste, you're going to take an image, you're going to write on top of it and stamp, I would think in color. I have never seen anyone do it monochromatic, black and white, with so many layers. I mean, that's really thumbs up for that one. That I really love it. I really, really love it. I think that I should actually try, this, because we always use color or color in our paste, or take an image that's got some sort of color, So
oh, thank you. This is sweet. Thank you. It's hard because I do like color. So this is a little out of my comfort zone. I mean, I wear neutral colors, but I art in brighter colors. So this was this again, it's good to step out of your comfort zone, I think, and do this. And I love the other artist I found. I cannot find her again. That had similar work to this. It was a little different, but very similar to hers. And I haven't posted this because I'm waiting to find her so I can tag her and tell her how much I loved that her art inspired me. And I haven't posted this because I can't find her now. So so I know I follow her. So next time she posts something, I'll be able to tag her and say, "Look, you really inspired me, and I wanted her to see this because I wouldn't have thought of this on my own." And basically, it's nice to have to look at another artist's work and just find something that stands out to you. Mine is different than hers, but it is similar to hers. And I think it was without her inspiration, I would have thought of this. And I just like to think that this was fun to step out of my comfort zone of no color, right? And then I also use my chalk pastel pencils and my pan pastels on the grit paste, experiment with that. So I have loads of chalk and things like that. I'm trying to use some of my art things that I already have that I don't, I forget and I don't, always utilize or use. And the other thing I was working on last night.
Hey, Colleen, where did you think you saw her? Was it on Instagram?
It was on Instagram.
Okay. Because I'll take a look too. She might have been in that home collage, that thing. I don't know. I don't know.
I know what you're talking about. The GM collage. Story of home. I don't know if she was in that or not.
Or was it Divsy? DVSY?
I was following her beforehand.
Yeah, I know because I think I don't know why I thought about that one. But there's been some cool things that have popped up from that.
It has, and I haven't posted because I want to tag her in it, and that she inspired that. These are the books I got the other day, and I found some other stuff I'd set aside. And I finally got down. This is like a book from Hobby Lobby, and last year we did a lot of walking and stuff, and so these are like some weird, like handmade Indian paper. So this one was just this was a collage of some of the sunflowers from our yard. This is a photograph, and I cut them out to blend in with some other collage images. But these are actual photographs here. And then basically, I did this last year. I had some pictures of my dogs, and that's one's on my thing. And then over here, I had Mr. Bandit, and then. So what I added to is I finally started working on is I have a book I got at a store, and it was basically a discount book. It had all kinds of black and white images and things they came across in history. And anyway, so I found we had taken pictures of the cattails, which I really love. They're just so cool. And then I found that in the book and added that. And I just basically on the left side, sorry about the glare. I'm just basically journaling about a time when I love to go for walks. So We also have the herrings. There are creeks, there are lakes, and so I was journaling about that. I didn't actually have a photograph. We have a lot of lakes around here, so there's a lot of ducks, and this is some baby ducks. You can't see some baby ducks from last spring, and then I found some. This is actually that wrapping paper. Is wrapping paper books we found I never used. Pulled those out, and
Cool.
I found some images in that old books. There's some pages I thought I was going off pages I had added paint. This is a property I walked by that has goats, and this again was from that wallpaper book. And so I was journaling about the goats. This is last year. My hair is a lot. I don't have it quite as light as that. Anyway, goats are just all right. Like this little guy came over to look at me when I was taking the photo. Right. This one, Kia made this dog for Bandit, since he's the most famous of my dogs, and she has passed away. And I made this before she passed away, so I will honestly say I showed it on stream. I was very blessed that we had her, and she has passed away since. And she made this, and she gave Bandit a pencil and a paintbrush. And then here is Bandit. I made him sit and pose next to the doll she made. Look how beautiful. Look how close she made. Kia made that to Bandit. Bandit did not have a pattern. She used 2 different patterns to make Bandit for me special. And and it's all crocheted, I think. So.
Oh, that's sweet, Colleen. Yeah. I think I have a picture of my granddaughter pushing all her little animals around the Kia made.
Yeah, I was very blessed to have that. So I was glad I actually had made this page, and then I actually had wrote in it last night about her passing. Over here is some I'm an avid bird feeder, so I wrote down a list of the new the different birds we've had come over that we didn't have at the previous house. Like we have a red-headed woodpecker, which we had never seen until we moved here. And we also had an albino. You see the brown birds? This is albino grackle. I was at our feeders last spring.
Wow.
Isn't that good? That looks like I photoshopped the bird in. The bird was that white. He's an albino grackle. And so I got that shot in my backyard. So again, this is from that wallpaper book. And then over here, I had just like slop paint down type of thing. I didn't have any photos, but yeah, I found one of some squirrels, which we have a little squirrel that visits my water fountain thing I put out in the summer. And then we also had a turkey vulture visit this summer. I was too far away for me to get a picture with my phone, and he was on my neighbor's trampoline. I thought that was funny.
He was on the trampoline?
He was on the netting, sitting on the netting around the trampoline. He was sitting on the
Those things
top.
are big.
They're huge. Yeah. They're huge. I was like, oh my God. I was like, what is
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, and he was sitting on their trampoline. This one was basically, this is a butterfly we took pictures of when we were out walking. And this is sunflowers in my yard. This is actually some wild daisies on our walks. Those are not my yard. Then this was a double-headed coneflower that grew in my yard. I took a picture of it. It is so weird. It almost looks like a bee. Yeah, with that. This looks like wings, and its body is a double-headed coneflower. So it's almost like a mutated weird coneflower. Yeah. It's like double.
I like the colors are cool too.
Isn't that neat? So I took a picture of that and added that. And then again, I used just some paint and used that. And then over here, we also have a Cooper's hawk, which comes here, which you're not seen. We know about them, but we've not seen them with our eyes. You know, it's one thing if you know about them and seen them, two things. We also have some deers that have been visiting over the winter, enjoying the bird feeders. So I don't have pictures of deer because it's light at night when they come out. But anyway, so I took the one book I have and tore out the pictures and just wrote about it. And this is just some paint I'd already slopped down. So what I'm going to do is just use this handmade paper book again. I'll just take more photos this summer. And it's just more like a memory book or like this will be my version of scrapbooking. This is me and my dogs. This is after a very long winter of lots of stuff happening. But I was that's kind of how I felt, recuperating. So they were my buddies. So after a long winter of some health stuff. So anyway, I'm better now. Good. But anyway, yeah. So anyway, that this is not a negative thing. I was just kind of up there, just sitting there. My daughter took a photo, but it just made me think of it. But look at I'm sitting on my lap. So that's what I do. And I'm sitting.
Your buddies.
There's my buddies. There's Smokey right here, and there's Bandit. So anyway, so I'm going to continue in this book, and I'm going to add photos of the summer that we see in our walks and stuff. I found some washi tape that look good. I thought this is good, living an inspired life. I want to add that. I found later on some stickers, and these books have a lot of cute things. I have not finished. I just started last night. So I'm gonna probably add those. And then these sticker books have feathers, and some just won't apply, like the tickets. That's where I got the doors and the windows and stuff. But there are maybe the other one's more nature oriented. Hold on. This is of course got dream catchers, which I love. Let me see this one. Yeah, this one's got more of the flowers, birds, things. Yeah, feathers. So some of these I think will be work nicely in this book. So I set that.
Oh, what book is that?
This book is the Studio Light.
Oh, cute.
Called Jenny's Mindful Art Collection. It's very pretty. Very pretty. This is more of kind of vintage and art. She has a composition book and little mini, vintage papers and keys and books. So this has a vintage flair. And this one is again vintage, but it's more nature with flowers and stuff. So I think I can add these, and they're pretty. So I put this with it. I've put some washi I liked. It's a sticker. So I started after I glue all that down. Of course, I should have done it before I start gluing stuff down, but that is. So anyway, so I just put all her stuff together so I can work on what's here, and then add to it this summer on our time we go walking and trails and stuff. We can, he got a new camera for Christmas. So he'll be taking lots and lots and lots of photos. So he got a new camera. It's really fancy. So
excuse me.
Bless you.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
Just saying, it's a little too difficult for me, but yeah. And so let's see the other. Oh, I found these tassels at Tuesday mornings, and that's the only thing I found was tassels. And when I went in there, I was like, well, I got off cheap this time. So what I'm going to do, this book is from Jonna's Etsy shop, and I put the moleskin in there. But I want to attach these. Look how perfect these little tassels will be with her book.
Oh, wow.
Look at this.
That is perfect. I think I saw those at my Tuesday morning.
Yeah, see the little beads? There's some beads on a couple of them, and they're little fuzzy pom-poms and tassels. And when I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh, it's going to match the book. So yeah, this is one of Jonna's covers. So when I saw this, I haven't put anything in the book yet, but I will when I figure out what I want to do with it. But this is perfect. It's almost the similar colors, all these bright colors. And anything I don't use, I'll attach it to other things, but I open it up to see what the top, so you can see the top is loops. So yeah, so you just attach that. So that was my only Tuesday morning find was the tassels. And then file folders. So we're going to do the file folder stuff with Kathy.
Exciting.
I found some file folders at the store I may use. I bought just plain ones. Sorry about the glare. But I found these, and Don't even say that, Eileen.
I know.
These are like have little pockets. You see that? So you can actually tuck and then tuck and then tuck. So I was thinking, you see how they're attached with just a little tab. So I thought about pulling. Actually, I'm just going to pull it up, see what it looks like. So my thought is, Cass showed hers, and hers had.
Look. Colleen.
What?
Look.
Wait a minute. Oh my God. You got the same ones?
I've had these.
Oh my God.
I've had these. Have been sitting around for a while. I must have gotten a pack of them.
Did you pull one to yourself?
Yeah. Oh, good. I can finally use these.
Tammy, did yours have 3 pockets? Are they the same ones?
Yeah, mine have, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Oh my God. Great minds think alike. So I was thinking if I wanted to, say, pull that up, right? I mean, so I'll cover this, have something here, and then this will, great minds. Like I said, we're like untuned. So then this will be flipped. So this will flip down, right? And then you flip this back up, and then I have the pockets. And if I undo these carefully, depending on how you want to arrange them, let's see how attached is. Okay, so you could also do something like this. So see, you got like this flap, and you have this pocket and this pocket, and then you could cut these apart. So I thought this lent itself to being used as pockets, or to be used as opened up and used as other ways. You know what I mean? So yeah, I grabbed those for fun, and then I grabbed just some regular ones. So
That's funny.
yeah, so I grabbed those yesterday for her project. So it would be fun, and like you can see, like you just take a boring file folder, and then you add like this really pretty nice paper from Art by Marlene, and you add this to the top. You know what I mean? And you already got a start to something. I like the idea of each one being different. Like you could use one for the vintage stuff I got from Jana, and one for boho stuff, and then one in another style, and just have each one in a different style, and then we're gonna do one a month, and then we're going to Copic stitch them together and bind them together. So yeah.
Oh, is that what it is? It's one a month. I have to watch I didn't watch the whole video yet.
I can't wait to participate.
She has some of these folders as well. She puts her bills in them. If you go back and watch Kathy Arbor, she's in chat, and you can follow her. If you go back and watch the beginning of her stream, she shows the couple that she's made, and Christy Tomlinson was one of the ones she showed, and one with her son fishing. And so basically you can get an idea. She has lots of she added lace to hers and pockets, and just some adorable examples. So very inspiring. And so
I just like the ingenuity about creating something that's a combination of scrapbook and then what we do in this mixed media art arena. I love it. But I think it's because I'm an old scrapbooker myself.
Corey.
So it's just nice to get fresh ideas to use your stash.
Agree. And it's nice to use your stash. And I kind of started doing that this week with grabbing my chalk pastels and pencils. And then I was reading about the grid paste, and then realized that's actually in a kit I got. So I quickly wanted to try that. And it's very fun to try and have your new stuff, which I love, and then also using your old stuff. Oh yeah, and I did get the paint markers. They almost all fit in here, but look at this I found.
Oh, cool. Perfect.
Yeah, no, it's a little bulgy, but they're all in there, so they're all together. So these are the Arteza acrylic markers. And so I found this fun decoration. It's just a house decoration. It's not actually like a vase for your flowers. It's just a little decoration. And they have one left. And I was like,
I love it.
oh, I'm gonna put all my pens. So that's what I'm storing those in. I have my.
Hey, have you tried the markers yet?
I have not tried them yet.
Okay.
So I think it's also when you get your whatever, or get your art supplies, and if you have the available space, and you can do something like this, like it just makes it artsy and cool. So why not, right?
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, it's fun. And let's see. So I am going to be inspired to work on this book with Dee Dee. That's going to be fun to do. So I think that's about it. I started working on
Thanks, Elaine.
Kathy Arbor got us to buy some books too. She got us
I
to
think
buy
I got more of a Dolph Lundgren feeling over him instead of a Sly, but thanks, Elaine. I can
That's
just,
looking good, Lina.
but it's not Sly yet. I have to go in and be brave with the darkest to make the shadows, but I'm procrastinating. But I can just show you what I have in mind. I know that I have to go in more dark
Hold on, let me
here,
put control up.
and then on his okay, there's something odd about his lips. What's wrong with his lips? First of all, they're curved downwards, and then they're not equal. They got a slant to it. So I have to work on this, correcting the left side of the upper lip. But I just noticed that he doesn't have like symmetric lips. So I'm a little bit procrastinating with that. But then
He has weird lips. If you see him in the
does have
movies,
weird
he
lips.
does have weird lips.
Yes, and they're
Yeah.
curved downwards like he's angry. So I somehow have to fix that, and then I have to go in and make that shadow underneath his nose and his chin to get him more characteristic, and then work on his nose tip. But what I'm doing is that I'm jumping back and forth because it helps with what's it called, the concentration. Like you can stir blind, but if you break up your work, then work on something else, and then go back, like I need to go back to the arms also, then it really helps me helps me to be better at looking at details, when I jump back and forth like that.
That makes sense. And then you can kind of take a break and go on to an easy area if you're on a difficult area. It makes sense.
Yeah, and then I revisit. For instance, his nose is going to be like really hard for me to do, so I have revisited the nose 4 times now, and then I know the fifth time I have to make that shadow decision. Where is his nose tip going to end? So it's just,
I'm glad you're doing this and not me. Let's see. See, so Kathy got out. She likes things inspired. Kathy in chat likes to things of nature, and I, of course, I do. Well, I love everything. I'll tell you that. I love everything. I love all different styles. So, but she specifically really likes muted. It's natural, or nature. So she inspired us, showed a calendar she needs some inspiration from, and a sketchbook. And I bought both, of course. And that lady made coloring books and stuff. I think Dee Dee purchased a coloring book. And this is a book I've had a while. I think Paula was the one that enabled me to buy watercolor with me in the forest. And this reminded me, and it's funny, is the day before I pulled this out because we're getting to springtime and I'm starting to think about those kind of thoughts. And since I had the Arteza, this is the watercolor one. These little, what are these, 6x6 or 5x5s. And I thought these are, this might be fun to do with this. Most I could fit in here, and I don't have all of them fit in here, but I will have to draw them on a smaller scale. But I like.
And you've got those Arteza watercolor brushes too.
That's true, and I could do that. And I have also the watercolor paints and the gouache paints too. I like that the drawings are big and bright. So she actually has it to where this is like made on a thicker paper, almost like a watercolor paper. And she actually wants you to work on this. It's pretty thick. I have not tried. I'm not sure I want to try. I may just do this in, like I said, in a separate book. But for summer, I bought this. I mean, this is like different ones. This is wet. This section is wet on dry. And like I said, she has the sketches, the watercolors that she uses, and they're just really simple and really sweet and really cute. This is super cute. And this is a chickadee, because chickadees actually are cute. This one is, this section in the back is ink wash. I want to say wash.
I
And
love Preppy's comment about she loves how others can remember our art supply. You know,
I know. If
all
you're
right,
not sure,
Helen,
just
see you
make
later.
a post
Thank you
and
for
somebody will tell
modding.
you.
Thank you, hon. You have that book, Tanya. Isn't it pretty? And then this is painting fur. This section is about painting fur. It's broke down into sections.
Cute.
And then this section is wet on wet. And I think Janet has this book. I'm pretty sure she does. So anyway, this reminded me of the stuff that Kathy was showing yesterday in her stream, and I had actually gotten it out because I'm thinking spring thoughts, right? Spring thoughts. So this has a really sweet, like this wet on wet. Like look at the little Hummer, isn't it sweet? So they're muted tones. Obviously, they're very colorful, but she did hers in very muted, soft tones. And anyway, so I dug that out. It was funny that she pulled those books for inspiration, when I had already pulled this out the day before. So I felt like Kathy and I were on the right track. Kathy likes to
Hey,
do
Colleen.
flowers and stuff. Yes.
We also have those books to draw animals. So you could actually use the animal drawing book and then use that book to paint a man.
That's true. I do. That's true. That's a good idea.
Yeah, remember? Because we had got all those.
Yeah,
those
that's
animal
I
books.
have a million of these. I honestly have a lot of drawing books. Apparently, I want to draw. So I have animal books, fire books, bird books. Don't do it, but I dream about doing it. You know, I have lots and lots and lots of these things. Yeah, I can't. Yeah. So anyway, I like doing everything as part of my issue too. So I never get, as much done as what I want to get done. You know what I mean? And the one thing I did start in the denim book, the other denim book, not the one with the pocket. This is the get two in a pack. Artisa. This is the sketch paper book. Is I want to do. Judy is using hers for collage, and so I did a lot of reverse collage too, but I thought it might be fun. I may change it up. I won't say this whole book is going to be for sure that, but so I dug out some images to play with. So I think I'll do that since I have 45 minutes, so I leave. So I'll maybe work on this. I'll actually do some art. This came out of Pamela Anderson's book or whatever, and this came out of her book, her collage image book. This came out of her door book, and I basically took the image over here, and then I was going to put my giraffe coming out of the door. So this is all from her book. This is from a magazine. I love giraffes. They're just elephants are my favorite. Giraffes are my second favorite, for sure. And then this also came from Pamela's book. And then this is a giraffe pattern stencil by Dina Delusions. Let me grab one book real quick in case you're unfamiliar with it. She has door books, window books, and collage imagery books. and they're made to use. You can't use these and sell. You can't use her images and sell them. But if you are a novice and you are just using it for your own, let's get the arting. Elaine says sounds good. So I have the collage imagery books. I have the door books and windows books. This is her name. If you don't have them or never heard of her and you're interested in looking, this is her name. Catherine Anderson. I found these on, she has a website. You can buy them from her directly, or you can buy them from Amazon. This is her newest one I bought, Collage Imagery 3. She has doorways and she has windows. So just in case you haven't studied those, you might want to check that out if you're interested in collage. So I'm going to get me some paint. I need some awesome brown, maybe reddish brown paint. And let's see, let me find it. And this is just a little too, it's pretty close. It's interesting on the pictures because this one depicts more of this color, but this one came from somewhere else, and this one's more red. So, or more, you know what I mean? So I thought that was interesting. So the different colors that the giraffes look. So this red ochre may be a happy mix between the two, because there's more brown, this one's more orange. So I may do something like that, might be more in between. So most of my image covers up the book, so I really only need my stencil more along the lines of just small areas of my book, because the rest of it's just going to be covered up. So I believe there's a larger version of this as well. So you are just using your Poscas and just winging it. It looks good.
Okay, so here is my paper. Remember I had that paper with the flowers on it?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, I wish I had put my, the leopards were already glued down, so I couldn't put them behind. So what I did was, you can see where I glued down the paper, and then I just went from there to do the rest to finish up my background.
That's good thinking.
That looks good, and it looks like
so,
it's meant to be.
Yeah, so I've just been playing around with it, and then I'll probably, I don't know, I might put I'll go into my, the book of stickers and put some words in it to make it pop out or something. But yeah, it gave me a starting point, and then it's just kind of practice my drawing.
So what book are you using?
Oh, the Freestyle Really Big Notebook.
Ah, okay.
So I've been going through, I showed some of these. I keep...
okay, when I was gone. That looks good. Oh, you're doing like the collage for Dee Dee, like adding images and going back and then doing, I love the goat in the umbrella.
I know, I love my goat page. I'll do it different ways. I just, because I've been going and bringing this upstairs in my bedroom. So I've only been able to...
They're toys.
That's so funny.
So what I've been doing is I've just been cutting out a bunch of stuff and gluing it down. So then when I come down to my art room, like I have these buildings. I did a couple buildings.
Oh, I love the building.
Yeah.
That's
so I can come down. I've got something, a jumping off point to play. But yeah, I really like these guys. And I don't know, I just like this paper, and I just kind of glued that down. And this is getting me to use, to get to know my Poscas, to see how they work and stuff. So it's just some play to try and get used to them a bit, see how they, how the different tips work and stuff like that.
I love that. That looks really good. So you just use a marker and an image you like. I love that. I don't know if I've actually seen anyone do that. So
yeah, so it's just, I'm sure somebody has. It's just continuing, with this paper I like and bringing it out onto the page.
that's fun.
Trying to make it blend in.
She said, Elaine said she got the big book and she's going through stash gluing stuff in front and back and random pictures and magazines and having fun with it. Aw.
I know, isn't it? Eileen, isn't it fun? To me, it amazes me, like, just how cool stuff looks on a blank white page. And then, like, here, I think with this one, I'm going to take some acrylic paints and just go out green, purple, just kind of extend it out. It's just kind of, a starting point to use color, to do a doodle. But even I find these just really striking once you glue them down. Here, this is just a pile of envelopes.
Oh, that's fun. So you could have little envelopes coming off of it, like the what is it, the weed that you blow, marigold thing, the puffy cloud.
Yeah, like they could be, I could have them all blowing out and into the air. So
that's
it's just
awesome.
Even if I don't do anything with it, they're just pretty pictures to look at. There's just something about it.
And I like the way that you view it as a jump start to a page. You glue down the cute face of the dog, the head, and then it's a jump start.
Right.
Yeah.
And with him, I could see just taking orange, see how his collar is orange and white.
Yes.
I could just see taking like my big this isn't the Mamba Jamba, but I could see, that's not bright orange. Let me get bright orange. I could just see maybe taking this and maybe just doing the outline of the dog.
Oh, Elaine says she sees many possibilities when she goes back to look at the pages later. And again, you may remember what you put down and then come across an image that is perfect too, or an idea that you want to draw or paint. Look at that. Not just like changes it just by adding a little simple.
So what I might do, I may just do this because see, he's got the orange and white collar. I may just go and just trace this, and it'll just be orange and white stripes.
Oh, cute. And anyone can do this. And I think this is fun because even if you do more difficult pieces, if you want to just create and you're tired and you just want to chill out, and glue booking is very, what's the word? Meditating, like in that sense.
Yeah.
That would be the thought that comes into my mind. Like you're relaxing, you're just, gluing and, just meditative, chilling out. And
here's my other building. But and it's just fun. Like I'll sit and watch TV. Like here's all my stuff. I'll just show you what I've been cutting out.
Okay.
Oh, and here, I'm going to cut this cat out. It's a great cat.
You're gonna fussy cut that?
I am fussy cutting this cat this weekend while I'm watching.
Oh my God, that's gonna take a while.
I know, but he's cool. I want to use him in
cool.
collage.
You may end up drawing those hairs in later.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea, Kathy. Right on the stripes. I think I will. Okay, my husband gave me this. I'll probably cut that out. But see, I just like stuff that I find interesting.
I like the whole idea about not finishing a page on one sitting, because that's how I thought that mixed media was when I started out making journal pages. It was like you have an idea, you have a drawing, you have to finish it.
I know, and I just like I'm the queen of not finishing pages, Lina, if you want to. But I just I don't know. I just, you see stuff you like. It's like, oh, what should I do with it? I mean, here, this is just, I can see this is a planet. So just, I just see things by color. Here's some gems. This is really funny. It's an elephant walking through a hotel lobby.
Oh my God.
I mean, this could be fun.
I want to visit that place.
You know, and sometimes I tear stuff out like this for reverse collage. That's a polar bear.
You're
That
actually
is a guy.
turn your sound down a little or talk lower just because you
Is
got a
it
little echo. Yeah.
All right, now it's stopped.
Yeah, that was weird. Just
That was weird. So even like if I see words, I cut out words. Heaven sent. Here's this guy. You know, just it's just fun.
It
You know,
is.
interesting architecture.
And you don't even need to know the story behind it, the article. I mean, you just get inspired in a positive way of looking at images.
Right, just color, or here's an example color. I like blue, so I cut him out.
Hmm?
This has texture,
Yes.
you know, so I just cut that out. Here again, flowers with the basket has a little texture, so I could see, let's see, here's what I would do with this maybe. I'd take a blank page, you know, glue it down here,
Mhm.
and then I can draw in the basket and maybe some more flowers. You know, just ways to practice.
Oh, yeah, that's funny.
Or just have it, you know, maybe just
Yeah,
have
you
it
could see that.
here.
You put up top, like you said. I like the idea of drawing the rest of that wicker basket.
Right, you could either draw the rest of the wicker basket, or I could glue it right down here in the corner and then just fill the top in with flowers. Like take a
First, I thought it was popcorn and it's flowers. At first, it looked like popcorn to me.
like here's I can try my beige Posca and, you know, just do a bunch of flowers.
I just love that you're using Posca. It's such a bold tool. You know, like it's a big tool compared to.
It is a big tool, but I mean, they're just fun, and I have them, so I may as well learn how to use them, and who knows what I might come up with. But yeah, so see, so I may glue this down here, fill it up, or, you know, take, say I want to, okay, here, let me try, let's do my thinner brown one. You could come down here. You could put it in the middle of the page. You know, come over here. Have this come down here. You know, and then I can practice, like, you know, how would I weave it? You know, I can figure out, like, how to weave. You know, maybe do, like, some of this send doodle type thing.
Mhm.
You know, so just, I mean, it's just fun to play and get ideas, because nobody sits down and says, oh, I'm just going to draw a basket with flowers, you know? I mean, I don't anyway.
Yeah, that one image sparked that. And that's what I was doing at the other one is finishing out the image. It's really fun to do and challenging. It kind of forces you to pick up on your work on your drawing skills. So
Yeah, so, and it's just fun. So,
I like it.
So yeah, so that's
I love the leaves. I love the leaves you did. Did you make those up, or are you looking at something?
The leaves?
Yeah.
The leaves were, this is the piece of, this was from my pound of paper. This was my pound of paper.
Oh, boy, you probably said that already. I'm sorry.
So I started out, I glued this down, and then I just, see, you can see here, that was from the paper, and then this is where I drew. So I just kind of continued.
Went with the flow.
Yeah. You don't need to answer that. So yeah, so it's fun. It was fun, and it's relaxing, and, you know, I haven't drawn in a while, so it's kind of fun just to draw, and then, like I said, see how the, kind of see how the Poscas work.
Yes, I agree. That's fun. And she's got all the giant pastas all the way down. She's got a nice collection of pastas over there.
I'm working on them. They even have, I haven't found where to buy them yet. I'm going to look today, but they actually, you know how Artesa and who else? Somebody else has the brush watercolor pens that are actually brushes. They have, I think, 8 colors of acrylics that come with brushes.
Oh, you were supposed to show us your rice paper roll today.
My rice paper roll. Oh, yeah, because I wanted to see how the Poscas work on that.
Mm.
I know. I had gotten this. When did I get this? Patty was doing stuff, but
Yeah, this is all Patty's fault.
yeah, this was Patty's fault.
We love blaming people. It's just fun. It's just fun.
Okay. So here, let me pull back.
I mean, I'm gonna put you on. I'm gonna put you on solo too. So anybody
Oh my
can
God!
see.
No, don't put me on. Here's my rice paper.
Yeah, Eileen said she needs this rice paper.
I will don't buy any. Don't buy any, Eileen. I will send you some. But yeah, because I figured I wanted to use the rice paper for making copies on my computer and stuff. So I just needed to try different ones because some of the stuff I had was really thin. I wanted to find something thicker even to use on jelly prints. So I got this, and it's actually, I think this may work on the jelly prints because it is so thick. And I don't know, it actually has, let me pull some of this out. It actually, see the lines going through it? It just doesn't seem as fragile as the other stuff that I have.
I wish you could see it better. Trying to think how you could show it better. Can you just tear maybe?
Let me tear a piece.
Corner.
Yeah.
Like
I don't want to waste any here.
I know. That's why I said a corner.
But see how look at all the fibers coming off of it when I tear
Maybe
it.
you could hold that closer to the camera.
Here, hold on.
The little piece you tore. I know the camera's just not as good as in close in person.
Camera way down. Okay, let me get this. Here, I'll do it on here because that's kind of dark. Okay, now see how it's got those lines going through, and look at all the fibers when I tear.
Oh yeah, now with the blue behind that on that we can see it with the blue book there. The blue book helps us.
I know.
There
so
you
see,
go.
my other rice paper doesn't do that. It's just like, so I think I will try this weekend with my jelly plate, and I'm hoping that it works.
How much does a roll weigh? How big is it?
How big is it? It's like, how much does that roll weigh? It's not hey, Eileen, it's not as heavy as that other paper I had you order.
That's
I can pick it up with one hand. It's
this is rice paper. It shouldn't be that heavy.
It's about, let me tell you how wide it is. I got it on Amazon. I can give you a link. Let me get my ruler.
You can always send that. You can always just put the link on PM for Eileen.
12.
Because I don't know who else would want to order the giant roll of it.
13, 14. It's 14 inches wide. It's 14 inches wide. And then the roll itself, I don't know, is it 50 feet of paper maybe? It's 5 inches. 5 inches radius, right? Just the whole thing.
Elaine would like you to send her some.
Desperately beg for you to send me that rice paper too. Okay, I can do that, Elaine. I can do that. Text me your DM me your address on Twitter. So, but yeah, so see, it's like, it's not that heavy. I can lift it with one hand. So, but yeah, I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be good to stamp on. I don't know how translucent it'll get putting.
And you can maybe run it through your printer, I'm assuming.
That's what I got it for, was to I'll do it. I don't know if my printer will pick it up, but I'll be able to put it on another sheet, do a carrier sheet, and run it through my printer. That's what I originally bought it for.
That would be fun to do.
But then once I saw like how thick and how just I just think these fibers are so cool.
They are very cool. This would be fun to experiment with.
Yeah, so this will be fun. So maybe I'll take this out on Tuesday and play with it.
That sounds good.
We'll have to see. So
see what we can. You can think of, and Eileen can make a list by then. A list of what to try with it.
Okay. All right. So I've been playing with my Poscas and doing collage and all that kind of stuff. I've got art club. I'll be busy next week. I've got open studio and 2 art clubs, so that'll be fun.
You're so busy. I love it.
Yeah, and we'll be doing like mark making and stuff like that and some of the things. So that's what it's kind of inspired me to get the Poscas, and also another girl in my art studio. I didn't realize there were so many different colors, so she kind of enabled me with that. The name of it? What it's
enablers online and enablers in person.
Right. Yeah, I get it.
I love it.
Both sides. Let me see if I can find my order for you, Eileen. Okay, go ahead and pull me back while I look for my order for Eileen.
Gotcha. Woo wee, look at that, Lina. Oh my God, it's gorgeous.
Oh, Lina, that is so cool.
I was just thinking that in some groups when women gathers, it's cool to put that Hermes bag, that Hermes, I can't pronounce it, that very expensive designer bag on the table. But in Kathy's group, she's gonna rock the place when she puts her Posca back on the table.
Throw my Poscas out.
Like a very expensive purse. Look at all those Posca pins in that bag.
Yeah.
I'll be hiding them under the table. Okay, that's looking awesome, Lina.
Oh, you think so? I don't have resemblance. I can see that he's got, I don't know why, but his face got a slant, an unnatural slant here. Can you see like it's dragging a bit?
Yeah,
like,
I see what
well, we all technically have one side that droops more than the other. And I found that out when I was getting glasses. One ear is much lower than the other.
Oh, really? Oh, that's funny.
I don't have that that slant. I'm lacking that slant. So I'm trying to see how can I pull down some lines to give him, but it has to start all the way up here, like he's like this one should be angled. You see, if I remove the wrinkle in his forehead, it's not going upwards, it's actually going sideways.
Oh, I think this is gonna.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, like I lack to notice when I sketch him that he actually got a slant on his on this eye, because normally you would have focus on bringing the eyes on a line, but his is not. This one is further down.
It is Button. I remember reading that about his voice. You're right. Okay, here's the link.
Nerve damage on one side of his face when he was younger. Oh.
So somehow I'm struggling with something that's incorrectable, if you know what I mean. Like I can only do it worse, because I can add depth to it with black, but I cannot move the angle. It's sketched wrong from the start. So, but you have to do this over and over and over before you can be good at drawing people. So
practice. Which I don't do. Do as I say, not as I do.
Okay, if you click on that link on Amazon, underneath there's a bunch of other cool papers like Subi paper that's handmade and stuff like that. So
Oh.
yeah, I need to see. Paper is my weakness. I love like trying all different kinds of papers.
Everyone's saying thank you for the link. They're all. Yeah, I just saw him recently. I don't know if it was like a commercial or what I saw him on, and I was like, oh my gosh, he's aged. You know, I mean, but of course so have I. But you know, I mean, you just like in your mind, you still see him, you know, young. So
Yeah, I wonder how old he is. He's probably 70.
And he says, "Oh, he don't look good." I'm just saying, to me,
Yeah.
I was like, it's like he's really aged, and I'm like, how could that be? Like, you know, like Chevy Chase, you know, I watch him every year in a Christmas movie. How could he be the age he is? It's hard for me to separate real life and movies. Well, I don't like scary shows. You know,
I think he's 73 years old. So imagine just the fact that he's got muscles in that age is just telling you about a lifelong commitment to
agree.
training.
Yeah, they are.
Yes.
Hey, Kathy Arbor said the inner corner of his eyes are higher than the outer corners.
Yes, it is. And you're also right, Kathy, about your comment with his Cupid line. I'm trying to make it look, but it's there is something I can't really focus on it. I think I should have taken another reference photo and not just this one. You know what I mean? Like I should have had different pictures to look at because his Cupid bow is rather wide, so I don't have that normal lip.
Yeah,
So
I wonder if it's like a scar from, you know, like because think about it, that's all that stuff's put on him with makeup.
Oh yeah. But I did Google some of his images before I found this, but I mostly got distracted because I saw pictures of his mom. And then I went on a rabbit trail right there.
Understandable.
Oh my god. That was
Colleen,
like
I love the giraffe and the door and all that.
Oh, thanks. And then he's like, that way I could leave it. I probably will leave it open most of the time, but yeah, there's an option to close one door, leave both doors open.
Oh, cute.
And then, so that was fun to take one from her collage book and an image from her door book to combine the two with an image I found somewhere else to make this. And then, this also was from her collage books. I got 3 images all together from her collage books.
Oh, cool.
The doors are fun. Oh, we got paint on there. I guess it doesn't.
Yeah.
Matter.
Hey, Colleen, have you looked at that other collage book much? I'm going to do that this afternoon. I haven't even had a chance to read it.
The other.
Yeah, the one I ordered. You got it before me. I still did. I just got it this week finally.
I honestly haven't. I haven't looked through this since I showed it last week.
Oh, okay.
I need to. Yeah, because there are some super cool tricks in here.
I want to pull that out this weekend.
Yeah, if you like collage, she has some really neat tricks in here. So.
Yeah, I think I might get that. I'll have to watch Dee Dee's stream from this morning. That other book looks cool too. The collage, everything.
Yeah, the handmade collage, and this one it's going to require some plastic buttons.
5 buttons.
5 buttons.
5 button.
Be thinking about you.
Yep. Take care.
It has some really neat images in here, like because I think the one like these would be harder with the leaves. There's a lot of leaves to cut out. Like that's the leaves, but there's simpler ones that you once you get it. But I mean, they're really neat with the leaves and the mushrooms and the little mouse. There are some easier ones to cut out. The monkey's fun. I think that one has that one. Where's this one? Here. So this
Cute.
here only has a few images. So depending on the time, you literally only got to cut out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 images. You know, and then she shows you, she shows you step by step how to combine them. And she even shows, this is kind of neat for people who are new. Look, she shows you to tuck in the flower and the thumb.
Oh, I love it.
To run that through, you know, to show the detail of having that run through his thumb. So I think that that's, because it makes it's just better that way. Like, you know, I mean, there's some really neat page, and all you got to do is cut them in a symbol. So some of these are going to be a little more fussy than others, but of course, the chicken with the baby arm. I mean, who doesn't like a chicken with a baby arm? I mean,
Oh my! Look at that fat little chunky baby arm.
Like a shell, a chicken, and a baby arm. Like, seriously. So yeah, this could be fun to add into your journals. You can put that in your folders. You can put that in your DD composition book. Like, there's all sorts of places you can put. And there's extra images in the back, which I totally forgot about. Of course, extra arms. And I guess also it's nice if you mess up fussy cutting. There's extra arm. You know, you can use that as a second chance, like extra arms and legs. And you could do too is scan some of these. So
I was just thinking you could just do photocopies.
you can scan them. That way, if you mess up, you have them. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you know, so you could do that. There's a lot of intricate ones too. There's simple, and then there's more difficult ones. So yeah, so I will definitely. Glad she pulled that out because I haven't done anything in it, and I want to do something in it, you know.
Yeah, I'm flipping through here. One of the magazines I was looking at last night had
what book is that? Which one? Popo, this one or the other one? I did both, and you can tell me which one you were talking about. Sorry about that.
Oh yeah, Popo likes collage. She does.
Yeah, she does.
Collages.
You put these large, you can see. This one, Dee Dee got Faithfulness in her bunch to use as giveaways. And then this is a funky collage book that Kathy and I purchased.
Yeah, I don't know where I saw it. I just thought it looked cool.
Yeah, these are both. I found this one at Joann's, but again, this was probably 2 years ago when this came out. I've had it a long time, and then but I'm sure it's on Amazon, and this definitely is on Amazon. Everything's on Amazon.
Yeah. Also, too,
collage book. Yeah, Dee Dee's doing going to be doing giveaways. Yeah, this one I found at Joann's, but this one is on this one's on Amazon too. This is a really, I don't know if there's any other books out there quite like it, to be honest.
that looks really cool.
Yeah, I'm glad she sent that. Your money's on Amazon. Oh my gosh. Yeah, these are fun because it really is just a matter of having the patience of cutting them out because she's done all the work, and she talks about how she collects the images and how she stores the images, and also she gives tips on what to use. Like here she's using little tweezers. So it's actually good to go back through. She's using tweezers and stuff, and she shows like scissors and things that she uses to make this a little easier. Like she actually has little tips and positioning on there.
Those are good tips.
Those are really good tips. This is like how she stores all her collage in these containers, and so you can see how she works.
Oh, wait a minute. How does she store her collage?
In containers. And that is a time-consuming thing.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah.
Everything is sorted up. Can you see that?
Everything's fussy cut it out too. So you're
See, I love that. I love that.
From,
That's how sick I am about organizing. That like excites me.
these are just like shoe boxes and stuff. Nothing fancy. Just regular boxes she has, and Victorian books, etched drawings, encyclopedias, and Victorian paraphernalia. She cuts them out with tiny scissors and stores them in boxes organized by theme.
By theme.
And and so she actually goes into how to remove them out of your book using her rulers, tear it and the cutting. And she, talks about the different, he says, now look here how she takes the glue, puts it on the tweezers on there to so you can applique it, use it so it sticks like the little pieces. If you had a little sticky glue pen, you could do that too. But this is some of her larger pieces and artworks that she's done. So can you imagine doing a massive,
oh my
like a massive wall piece like that? Can you even fathom like how long that took to get like all that in there? Like, look, all that.
Yeah, you know what? They're tucked in. Can you see that? They're not just layered.
They're tucked in. They're tiny. They're all tucked in.
And she cut each one of those little pieces out.
Yeah. Oh my God.
The little birds popping out, the feathers.
Oh, that's cool.
Can you imagine that? So I like this one too. Like, this is a neat one. So she added the bird to her head, and she actually gave it a fancy frame. And you could do that with a biomat frame, and you could put an image and actually glue it on there, which I never really thought about doing. So yeah. So I like all the tips and tricks that she shows too. Then it just shows there's also some eye candy and how to finish your art. This is how where she gets her sources. You can see like old botanical books, and she talks about where she finds them. So yeah, it's good. I like the skull. That would have been good to do Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's cool, Kelly. When you're done, I'm going to show you something too, kind of about the same subject.
Can you see my brain? I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm mentally gone right now. I'm literally just crap coming out my mouth that makes no sense. You can tell I'm mentally gone right now. What is the holiday with skulls? I am like gone. My mind's gone.
Funny.
Oh, here, let me show you something real cool.
Stupid.
Okay, so I was flipping through this book yesterday, and look it's the same type of thing. It's a collage.
Or caffeine.
See the collage?
Mm-hmm.
They give you, it's the same type of thing. They give you all the pieces to cut out.
What book is that?
Oh, wow.
This is the Book of Paper Inspiration. Does Dee Dee have this?
I think she does.
I saw it at Joann's yesterday, and I grabbed it because I've been looking for the flow paper book.
Okay, let me put you on close so everybody can see that it has the little cuts. So is that meant to be used for that purpose, or you thought of that when you saw these? No,
it's meant to be used for that purpose. It says here, right in here, it says, layer up paper foliage and blooms to create your own flower art.
Wow.
So it's the same thing. They use that, and then here's all the flowers to cut out and make your own art. And here, see, there's more here. But also here is just a whole bunch of fun. Like, there's even more pictures to use. There's little cards. You can write little notes in here if you're gonna, like, for your walks and stuff, Colleen. You could like write little notes and put them on with your pictures and stuff.
That's a great idea since I have no memory.
Just
no memory.
I don't even know what holiday is skulls right now.
So it's just a fun book of paper. Lots of fun papers.
I saw that. Was it Barnes and Noble? Maybe had that, or is it a different one? I don't know.
This was at Joann's.
I wonder if that's the same.
But here and then it has some of this. It reminds me of the Flow magazine.
It does. Is that from the UK or similar?
No, I'm trying to find out. It says Immediate Media. I need to investigate. I just got it yesterday, but I want to see who the publisher is. But doesn't it remind you of the Flow books?
It does remind me of the Flow books, yeah. And
but the paper paper's not
the
thick.
activity book reminds me of Daphne's Diary.
Yeah.
They have some activities in theirs, you know what I mean? Like the
Yeah, it's
cutout.
like a combination of the two.
It is.
Look at this. Isn't that pretty?
Of.
Yeah, see, this I would like to use for inspiration, like for here. You know, like do another page. Maybe I could, or maybe I'll just cut this out and put it over here.
Let's see. Ooh, let's tear it out and let's see what you can.
Yeah, I'm going to do. Oh, and the backside.
Try it out. It's the Molly made magazine version, right? Molly has a magazine. Oh, so
yeah, Molly has a magazine. I did see that there, but it's the big book of paper inspiration.
Oh, okay, so you're right, Jonathan. It's like the Flow book where they had the Flow magazine and they had the big flow of paper. So they do a similar thing. Thank you, Jonathan.
Oh, yeah. Look at you guys. I'm just going to glue this. I'm just gluing this over here. Isn't that cool?
Let's see. Actually, that's perfect for over there. And you don't have to like do, oh my God. And you don't have to do anything to it.
No, I'm just going to add this here.
Yeah, if you wanted to, you could do like, I'll be if you had big like stamps to print a word on it. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
But otherwise, I leave it. It's perfect.
Oh, I know. I'll go through my Sticker Nation book. Maybe there'll be something on there.
Yeah, like, something black yet bold. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like with the
but look at that. I mean, that's
perfect. Wow, that's fun.
This is cool.
Now, like that, should you tip it in with washing so you can use both?
Maybe I will because I do like both sides.
You could do that. You could tip
that. And then I should find something and then draw flowers over here.
Yeah, on the other side, and you'll match both papers. Draw on each side. I love that.
Oh, yes. Wait a minute.
Wash it up, baby, in so you can like utilize it and draw, and that's your inspiration. I love it.
Colleen, remember those flowers in my paper pack?
Yes, I love the little
flowers you said to cut out.
Those were cool. I hope those match.
Where is it? Here. That's what I'll do.
Oh yeah, those. Those are very similar. Yeah, it's very similar. Isn't that funny?
Okay, so what I'll do the same thing that I did here, because I glued my paper in here.
Yes.
I'll glue my paper here, and then continue drawing. Oh my goodness, that's crazy.
Wow, you've already got your next page started. And how cool is that to do a tip-in paper and art on the back side of each?
I know. I love it.
How perfect is that? Oh,
I love how this just...
I love when stuff like that happens. Love it.
Oh my God, that's so cool.
Unplanned art, and one inspiration leads to another, and I love it. I love the journey, like the process, and the journey, you know, and of it all.
Trust the process.
Trust the process. Look at that.
I guess I'm going to have to get that tattoo.
I love it. I want to see that tattoo. I want to see.
I will. I'll find a picture of it. If you Google "trust the process," clip art, or "trust the process" tattoo.
Oh, so you already have
it's like TTP kind of written fancy. It's cool.
You already looked into that. I love it.
Yay! Oh, I'm so excited. I love this.
I am too.
In this way too.
It fits that book. The size of your book almost perfect too.
Yeah, I just have to cut out about an inch. And see, this is good because I can carry, like, I'll do some like little pink tulips and stuff over here. I'll kind of bring the pink in over here.
Yes, I love that. What is the number on the Japanese book? Want to try it? buy it in another Japanese book.
Which Japanese book?
I'm thinking this one. I'm assuming she might be Japanese.
Oh, yes, Siko Kato.
The number. Okay. Now hold it up. So
Oh, there we go.
9781631593451, and there's a second set of numbers 52199. It is in the UK and Canada and US. So yes.
Perfect.
So cool is that?
Fun, fun, fun.
There you go, Maria. And then Dee Dee has going to keep one for herself. And so she'll be cutting these out at some point or whatever. And when she does, you can play along with her or work on your own, of course.
Mm-hmm. Oh, fun.
Yes, you got it? Okay, well, make sure you got it. Yeah. So and make sure you get the right holidays, just saying. Don't say Merry Christmas on a skull baby. Make sure that you're with it.
Look at that giraffe, just makes me laugh.
So I'm gonna put myself on solo minute. I'll wrap this up so I can go to the vets with Mr. Smokey. Bandit cries when I leave with him. He cries. He doesn't understand why I'm taking just him, one without the other, because they're brothers. They've been together a whole life. So when I saying when I take Bandit, not Smokey, they cry. They howl and cry at the door when I leave with one after the other.
Oh, poor boys.
They don't understand that, they're not, we're going to the vets. You don't really want to go there, I don't think.
No.
But anyway, so this is, you okay? Okay, this is the denim book by Artesa. And this is again Pamela Anderson's door and her image. And this is I found this giraffe somewhere else. But since he had more orange, I thought the yellow doors were perfect.
That's so cute.
And then I used a stencil. And then he was from a different magazine, and that was hers. So it all came together. Isn't that cute? At our at the zoo here, they have the giraffes and the elephants in a area that's like this. With this is not actually from a zoo. This is somewhere else in her book, but with concrete like walls and stuff. But then like leaves. It kind of reminded me of the areas they kind of have them in. Mm-hmm. So I put that there. It just reminds me of what they have them in at the zoo. So this is Dee Dee's using hers for collage too. So I can close it, open it, whatever. But yeah, and then the other book, you can see how you can use. Sorry, I could see me buying like more of these in the future. It's a great size book, and how I took the same book. And then and I did some really messy media.
Thanks, Nana.
And so you can see how you can use these books for. And I love, of course, the denim cover. So
bye, Julie. See you later.
Can't help it. Bye, Julie. See you later, hon. Take care.
Bye, Julie.
You can use these for sketching, for some this is sketch paper. I will reiterate, this one is not watercolor paper. This is sketchbook paper, but you can see it's pretty good. I mean, this is sketch paper. Mm-hmm. Okay, so just to reiterate, this is not watercolor paper. So if you put something on, you're like, this isn't working, don't blame me. This one was the one that was watercolor. Now they may have an 8x8 in a watercolor. I don't know. I haven't really checked, but this one was the watercolor pack, and you can see this is 230 versus 180. But I will say, it being sketch paper, it held up beautifully to a lot of heavy paste and crackle paste and stuff. It held up to a lot of abuse, and it looks beautiful.
Yeah, you can tell it's pretty thick.
I love this paper. I mean, this I collaged on, but I mean, like you could use it for anything you want. But I love this Artisa paper. I just do. And I love, of course, the denim cover. See, that's all the
I
denim.
like the price.
And I like the price. Yeah, you get 2 books.
I know.
2 of these in a pack. And the other one, you get 3 in a pack.
Oh, the little one? Wow.
The little one, you get 3. And this one, you get 2. Yeah, the price is reasonable. The paper's good. And as soon as I saw Dee Dee with this one, I was like, I got to get that one. I have to. It's the law. It's the law. Yeah. So anyway, so thanks for being here. And
you know what I might do, Colleen? I think, you know how I have my girl book?
Yes.
I might get a binder and use some of my other scrapbook paper that I have so much of. And do more of a nature animal binder.
Oh, you totally could with like all you could add the watercolors or paint your acrylic animals, whichever you choose to do.
Right.
And drawings and sketches and images you find, and the whole just like your girl book, but all nature inspired.
Yeah, I think I might.
That's a great idea, actually.
It's 8 1/4 and 8 1/4. You're just talking about the Artisa journal if they had it in 8 by 8, but it's 8
not
1/4.
8 by 8. Thank you. It's a little off the 8 by 8. They're a little weird with their sizes there.
Oh, what's the little one?
Tiny. It's much bigger, and then
I keep calling 8 by 8, but that's not actual what it is.
The larger one. So they got. I think they run with these 3 sizes.
Okay, I've got the big
one.
one.
And you got the big gray one. Yeah, and the big gray one. Yeah, we have that one. I'm sorry, this one's 8 1/4 by 8 1/4. I apologize for saying 8 by 8.
Oh, it's okay. It's just
It is 8, and that might matter to someone. So it's 8 1/4 by 8 1/4. I was rounding down, and this is 5 1/2 by 5 1/2. So sorry about that.
Quote of the day, like size matters.
Size matters.
It does.
That definitely works with the big giraffe and the Rambo. Just it works on both the cords, doesn't it? Well, thank you guys for being here, and I appreciate it. And we'll be Tuesday at Kathy's Hangout and Art if nothing's going on.
Yeah, I will be here at 10 o'clock.
Next Friday for sure here. And Thursday, we'll wait and see what we got planned. And I'm going to take Mr. Smokey to vet, and I will see you guys on Twitter. Thanks for hanging out, Lina.
Thanks, Colleen. Thanks, Lina. Good luck with Smokey.
Yes, good luck with
And
Smokey.
thank you, mods.
Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good weekend.
I can do that, Eileen. I'll tweet how Smokey is. Thank you. Oh, I love him.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Bye. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Yep. Bye-bye.